Hello, guys. Hello. It's your pun of Archie Luxury on the Archie Luxury channel today. How are you people? How are you people all going, guys? Ooh, what can I say today, guys? Ooh, I tell you what there. It's an interesting still. I had some weird dreams. I always, when a friend of mine dies, I always have some weird dreams. So I gotta tell you guys, it's it just makes me realize how futile life is, how futile, how it can all be. First super chat for the day. Thank you so much there. Frozen Yukoner, $2. Thursday afternoon with the Pontiff Fridge Fund. Thank you. Thank you. Believe it or not, I had this weird dream where I was back in high school last term where I was really not interested. And I remember I just submitted my last ancient history assignment, basically a copy to friends. That's right. I remember that. I just didn't give a shit about nothing. Didn't care. Did not care in the least. Actually, it was Kenmore State High. I went to Oxley for 2 years, then I went to Kenmore. And we've got Marcelo back. How are you, Marcelo?
Fine. I'm sorry for yesterday.
Sorry about what? You made a lot of money for me. What's to apologize for? It's all about the money.
Yeah, still, I mean, I actually saw a little bit of the old videos of your old decor. It was actually nice.
Yeah, it was okay, but you can't live in the past, my friend. We've got to move forward. We've got new crew. And, this is just how we've got new crew, old crew, and fired crew. Okay? Fired crew. Envy Scotsman, $3. Is one ear bigger than the other, or is it's the headphones? These ones are full. Nothing lasts. These are Beats, which are quite expensive, but the rubber, nothing is commercial grade. After a couple of years, they fall to bits. Trapper John, how are you today?
Excellent. Yourself?
Yeah, a bit of a weird mood there. I was, I got to tell you, I feel really sad that blue shirt Buddha has gone.
Yeah, that was a good show yesterday.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of remembrance. That's all we can hope for.
Hey Tim, how are you? You're
Hey,
in. Where are
Tim.
you? You're in London.
Hey, what's up, Archie? Joining live
Hey.
from Brighton in London.
Brighton.
UK.
UK, yeah, Brighton. That Brighton's a seaside town.
Yes, it's where Paul Thorpe is at.
Oh, he lives near there.
Yeah, I just had lunch with him. Had a great time.
How far is Brighton from London?
50 minutes on the train.
That's all.
It's reasonable.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why he lives here. It's so quick.
Wow. And there's some graffiti there. Look at that. London
Man,
graffiti.
I can't hear anything. 1 second. Let me
There's
just check the
graffiti.
headphones.
Graffiti behind you there. Graffiti. It's London. Of course there's graffiti. Hello, Tim. Tim.
A little bit problem with the mic.
Oh, now I can hear everything. All right.
Okay, yeah. We said there was
Sorry,
some
it's windy.
graffiti there. Graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
Graffiti.
Yeah, I was just at the gay bar, so it's a lot of graffiti. I mean,
Hey, no worries there. Very quickly. Box
We love gay men.
Box in docks, £2, €2. Why Bird Brain watch Perf Luxury every day? Is he a big fan? He just keeps an eye out. He just keeps an eye out what's going on in the industry.
First Luxury is actually putting out some quality content. He's getting better, Arch. It's a problem.
I tell you who attacked me yesterday was that, you know who attacked me was that Rich Buddy. I don't know what's wrong with Rich Buddy.
Rich Buddy is a great supporter of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I heard reports he was getting a bit...
Fascinating.
I don't understand why he complained. I just gave him one more viewer.
Yeah, that's right. One more.
It's funny how he can run you down and call you basically a nothing, yet he talks about you every fucking day.
Yes, who's that? Which one's that?
Rich Buddy.
Rich Buddy. Have you been watching Rich Buddy?
No, I mean, I sometimes in the morning when I get up, he's streaming very early.
Yeah.
So I'll just kick it on and listen to it. But I mean, I haven't listened for a couple months.
Is he anti me? What is it? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Because
he had that fight with Marco. Remember that?
But then he came back, and I can't remember what the fuck pissed him off, and he.
See, I don't understand the politics because if he doesn't like Marco, that's my man. That's my man.
We don't like him with him.
You don't like Marco, do you, Tim? It's real big boy.
Bizarre
What
word.
is that?
It's weird. These politics are complicated, man. It's like Game of Thrones.
Stephen Monash, $5. Mute Marco, please. Nothing personal. Just let's the world make sense.
That's great
for
because
a while.
Marco is not here. So
sorry. Let's mute. Oh, mute Marcelo. I think he means. Okay.
Well, but he super chatted Marco. So. No.
Who's the real big boy? Who's that? Hello.
Hey, Arch. I'm a big fan. I'm from the UK.
Hey, man.
I'm in the UK right now.
Where are you, Tim?
Brighton.
Oh,
are you
wow.
coming to the Watch Pro? Tomorrow,
I'm not. I'm based in Bristol, Tim.
Just take the train. Come to the Watch Pro.
When is
also, the Watch Pro. Google watchpro.com. That's
Pizza
it.
King. What's Pizza King look like, Tim? That looks very.
Oh, you want to see Pizza King? Yeah. Pizza King. Yeah.
Is it good food in the UK?
Oh, well, I'm
Yeah,
getting pizza. I'm
lovely.
buying one, get one free. Yeah. I'm getting
Oh,
pizza
buy
for late
one.
night. I'm so hungry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That looks great. Pizza
Yeah.
King.
Pizza King. I had fish and chips with Paul Thorpe earlier today for lunch.
How was that?
And this is, oh my God, it was delicious. Best fish and chips I had in my life.
Wow. See, what you got to do is when you're in these places, you just pretend I'm just on a Skype call to my girlfriend or boyfriend.
Right.
That's what you say.
Yeah, that's what exactly. I'm on the
That's
Skype
what you
call,
say.
guys.
You
Skype
don't
call.
just-
Skype call. Yeah. Don't worry about
Skype call.
Yeah.
That's what you say.
The fish and chips was made.
And can I tell you another secret too, Timmy?
Yeah.
You know, if you're filming at people, right?
Yes.
here's a little tip, a pro tip. Do you want a pro tip?
Yeah, pro tip. Let's go.
Okay, say you're filming some girls or something across the road, and then they see that you're filming them, right?
Yeah, there's some girls
You
right
pretend.
here.
You pretend.
Hey, girls. Yes. Come
You
on the
pretend.
live stream. Yes.
You pretend. You pretend if you're filming people, you pretend you're actually filming yourself. You start.
I'm filming myself. Hi, you want to be on live stream? Say hello to Archie Luxury. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey,
Be careful.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing? Yeah. Just thank you. I am.
Now, Tim.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
My God, Tim. I don't know. You know, these geezers, they will punch you. You know this. They're violent.
They will.
Just be very careful, Tim. This is not. Just be a bit careful, okay?
Okay. I'm sure.
You know, these geezers, you come up and give you that guy with the.
That guy had a
very
skirt
punchable
on. Go
face,
talk
to be
to
honest,
him.
yeah.
Go talk to him.
It's live. No, it's not pizza. It's live stream. No live stream. Okay, no problem.
It's
Sweetie.
Skype call.
Yeah, Skype call. It's actually
Tim.
a Skype call.
Tim, I don't know what to say, man. What's happening with Blue Shirt Buddha? Sorry, what's happening with what's happening with Rich Buddy?
I'm confused. If he is like your support, I remember when the tutors came out, he came into your stream and you guys had a really nice conversation.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Why does he turn on me?
Can you give him a call?
He's kind of hot and cold all the time.
Cold.
I would say.
Well, hey girls, you want to be on the live stream? Say hello. No, they don't want to be. Okay.
They don't want to be. They don't want to do anything, Tim.
They don't want to be celebrities.
Tim, I'm too shy to do that. I hate that.
Okay, they don't want to be. Yeah.
Tim, calm down. Inside voice. Get. Okay, Timmy. Thank you for coming on there, man. You okay?
It was fun. I'm having the time of my life here in Brighton. Brighton, guys. Tomorrow, Watch Pro, and then Saturday, Sunday is BQ Watches Winter Watch Fest. If you are London local, come out. Let's go have fun. Let's talk watches.
It's expensive. It's expensive. You know, how much was the train?
No, it's free. Well, the train might be.
How much was the train to go from London to Brighton?
Fuck. £30.
Tim,
£30.
And I had to pay for the room as well. For 2 rooms. I'm paying for 2 rooms. I'm paying for room in London and I'm paying for room in here. So you have to spend money to make money. It's tough. YouTube is tough. Hi, girl. Live stream. Oh, shit. Okay. It flipped me the bird. Gotcha.
Yeah, Jesus, Tim. I don't know what to say. It's. You've never been to England before, have you?
I've been to England twice. I've been with my family.
Yeah.
I walked 100,000 steps. By the way, do you guys want to see the moon? The moon. I have to run across the street and not get hit by a car.
Oh.
Dangerous. Okay.
And they're on the wrong side too, Timmy. Be careful.
Yeah, I'm careful. There we go. Oh, shit! Oh,
they're on the wrong side. That's what I said to you. Tim, I said that to you. They're on the other side.
Now I had a little bit. Wait, actually, the moon is gone. The moon was here.
Gone.
It's gone. Look, it's this black sky. Wait, is that? That's not a moon. It's a lamp.
It's not a moon. That's just a street light.
But hey, you know, there's a town. There's a tower.
Have you been to that pier? Brighton's famous for that pier, isn't it?
It's right there. It's actually right there. You see the lights? That's the pier.
Yeah.
I had a ride. Paul Thorpe paid for me to take a ride on one of the roller coasters. It always made me puke. We just had lunch, and he's like, "I'm gonna have to jab you," and he did. And what I'm gonna make him. By the way, we have to make Paul Thorpe pay. The question is whether he's gonna wear bunny ears or pink shorts. What do you think?
I see.
What's the revenge?
Is he really cool, Paul Thorpe?
He's really cool, to be honest. Yeah.
Did you go to his house?
No. But we went to lunch. We made a video together. He picked me up from the train station. Tomorrow we're taking
in the train. Ferrari?
No. It's just right here. He lives nearby, so. Yeah. Whew.
So when are you going back to London?
I'm going back to London tomorrow in the morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have
Maybe
breakfast.
You need it. Hello,
Hi.
how are you?
Hey, how are you doing? Hi, You're back. Yes, she drank me too.
She's gorgeous,
Yeah.
man. That girl is gorgeous.
Yeah. Unfortunately, man, I'm so stupid. I almost said you want to make out on the live stream.
Jesus, Tim.
Jesus Christ, man.
Tim,
The things
yeah,
that go
no,
through his head.
how,
I'm
yeah,
joking.
that's,
I'm joking.
yeah,
Come on, guys,
joking,
calm down.
joke. He's got a boyfriend
Yeah,
there, real nasty.
He's got a
geezer.
boyfriend, yeah. The boyfriend right there. You want the geezer to punch you on the
She was
live
friendly, but she was really nice,
was.
but wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was
She
really
probably had like 5 beers. Just
nice accent. Didn't she have a nice, cute
yeah.
accent? You know,
She did. Yeah, nice British accent. Really nice.
Brighton. She's Brighton,
Brighton.
Gov.
Brighton.
Love.
Brighton local. Love. Brighton.
See, the
love.
thing is, I think they trust you because you've got more of a posh accent. That American accent is more posh than.
I got a little bit of that accent, so
they love an American accent. You know, New York. You're in New York. New York, baby.
New
you know.
Yorker accent. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's fantastic, man. That's you don't like Marco, do you, Tim?
Who's playing that? Someone's watching a live stream within a live stream.
It's the real big boy. Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Hey,
Tim, that's
good.
fantastic to see. Any watches? Many
Hey.
watches? What are you wearing? Tell me what you're wearing.
Sports.
All right,
Explorer
2. Did you just take one watch?
Yeah, you know, I almost lost the Explorer 2 when I went to
How?
Vegas. I was so drunk, and I was at with some swingers, and it was just very confusing. I lost my sunglasses.
How's
So
that?
good thing it wasn't a watch. I don't remember. It's a good question. It's tough.
Yeah,
I mean,
be
this live
careful. You don't want to
streaming
lose
gig-
the watch, Timmy.
Exactly. You know, I didn't even bring my camera, like my high quality camera. I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna live stream and just use my phone. Forget about that stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a good point. It's a very good point.
You try to do too many things. Like doing
Yeah.
a YouTube, like doing this live stream, it's exhausting. Like,
Yes.
how do you feel after 3-hour live stream?
You completely buggered, you know?
Yeah, you're done. You just want to have lunch and then you just want to go to sleep for 12 hours.
I know what you mean, Timmy. Frozen Yukoner. Tim having fun in Britain, it would seem. Yes, he is
Oh, yeah.
there.
Having a blast. I'm gonna have pizza before going to sleep. I mean, what else do you want in life? I mean, just had a whole
Yeah.
day on Brighton, just having fun. It's amazing. It's amazing.
No, that's what's the weather like there? Is it cold or is it?
It's chilly. Yeah. Good thing I'm wearing Barber. I'm wearing a Barber jacket. My wife bought this for me, by the way.
A Burberry, you mean, or
Yeah.
sorry?
No, Barber
Barber.
jacket. Because
Okay.
sometimes it's drizzly and it's like waxed. It's waxed jacket.
Oh, okay, got you. It's very good.
When I was
for
in
the
the United States, I don't get it, because we don't have drizzle. But here, I get it. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect.
I wear waxed pants and waxed jackets probably 6 months out of the year.
Because you go hunting, right? You go into the woods.
Oh, I work in the woods, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So now I get it. Now I understand why they wax it, because it's so water repellent.
Tell me this, Tim. What time is it in the UK there where you are?
It's 11:20.
11:20.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time
Are
is
you
it?
going to bed soon?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat the pizza, go to sleep, wake up.
What sort of
tomorrow,
pizza are you
go
gonna
to-
get? What do you think looks good? The pepperoni?
I have a half a pepperoni and half a mushrooms.
That's a good choice.
Yeah,
That's a really
little-
nice choice. That.
yeah. A little bit vegetarian, a little bit of.
Did you see
pepperoni.
many watches? Well, what's it like in England? Is
I
the
haven't seen any watches yet. No watches yet. I just seen. a
what was
band
Paul
came
Thorpe
out.
wearing?
Oh, he was wearing AP offshore chronograph rose gold
With the bracelet, isn't it?
on the rubber strap.
On the rubber. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, that is such a thick watch because you hold it in the hand, and
Yeah.
the engineering is just completely different tolerances than Rolex. Like it feels like you're wearing a time machine or something, like a machine.
Snow enough. $5. Ask Tim if he has a prenup. Do you have a
I
prenup,
don't.
Tim?
Nope, just basically my wife takes whatever she wants. That's the deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a really. It's tough. She was screaming at me today. Yeah, it's tough. Being married is tough, guys.
Is it? Would you take her with you, or she can't get the time off?
No. We're coming. We're going to Greece somewhere in March.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm planning. You know what would be a really cool trip? I figured it out. What I'm gonna do is next time Paul Thorpe is having like a event. You know, he had an event here in Brighton, right?
Yes, he
It was
did. That's right. He
yeah,
did.
Yeah, 600 people came out. It was amazing. So it was one day, Saturday, but people stayed over for Sunday. So what I'm gonna do next time he's gonna have one of these events, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna arrive like 3 days early. Go to London with the wife.
Yeah.
Have like an awesome time. Come here for 1 day, maybe 2 days, and then take the ferry to France, and then go to Paris.
Oh, you can take that from Brighton, can you?
Yeah, yeah. That is going to be an amazing, amazing trip. Okay. He's going to like it. I guess you want to do a live stream? Live stream.
Hey,
Say hello to Archie.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Hello, Archie.
Hello. How are you, girls?
Hi, ask Tim if he has a prenup. Who's getting married?
I'm married.
He's
You're
married.
I'm Tim,
Yes.
Tim married.
Yeah.
Have a good
Yeah.
evening, Tim.
All right. Thank you.
Ooh, sorry about that. We wrecked your.
Yeah, you take up the super chat, Arch. Come on.
Tim,
man.
you missed your opportunity, big boy.
There was
He had
no
the super
opportunity
chat on.
there.
I mean, Arch, you screwed it up. I mean, come on, man. You have to
Sorry.
take that off. Yeah.
Yeah. Timmy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's.
Yeah.
That's see, you're so lucky in the UK. You can just go
Yeah.
to. It's not that far, is it? The flight. How long is the flight?
It's right there. Yeah. Just right here. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
The Brighton is much cheaper to stay than in London, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like half the price. Half the price.
How did you fuck that up where you've got to pay for accommodation in both? That's a disaster.
I
Tim.
didn't know I was coming to Brighton. You know, I already had tickets booked for the other one, and then you know canceling and then rescheduling. It's just pain in the ass, and I'm just fuck that. You know, whatever. I'll just.
You just went
I'll just take
overnight
it.
to Brighton, didn't you?
I just paid with the points. You know what? I paid with the points for my stay here in Brighton. So that's kind of free-ish. But I was thinking, you know what? I'll do this for the community. You know, I'll just create some footage, the content. So, hey.
Neo, $5. Tim, you need
Say
to
hello.
break up.
Say hello to Archie.
Hello, girls. How are you? Hello,
How are
girls.
you? It's
Hello.
Archie. It's Archie.
Hello.
Oh, she doesn't give a shit. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. How many
He's the
beers?
pontiff. You must give a shit.
He's the pontiff.
Tim, you need to learn how to read the room.
Fight
I'm
me
reading
dead.
in the room.
The
Yeah,
room.
it's
That's
not-
exactly.
not
Neo,
interested,
$5.
that's the
Tim, you
room.
need to break the news to England. James
Yeah.
Arthur, aka Megan Arthur, is scamming the watch community. Don't let us down. Spread the truth.
Ooh,
James
Megan Arthur. You got it.
You know,
James
Neo,
Arthur,
if you want,
Megan
me and
Arthur.
you can do a separate video on
Yeah.
that if you really
That
want.
could be a whole
Neo.
video. Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
good stuff. Good content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Scamming the watch community. What a
Because Neo's a
scumbag.
pretty good guy.
It's gotta
Neo's a
hurt.
good guy.
No. Neo is a good guy. I'm saying the scammer. He's a
Yeah, that's
asshole.
exactly. Tim,
fuck that.
does this help? I suppose it doesn't hurt. You're going here. You're
doesn't
trying to
hurt.
get your channel going.
I'm traveling, having fun. You know, it can't hurt. It's
Yeah,
just-
there we
it
go.
is what it
SR
is.
Bell, $2. Those girls don't like watchdogs.
No, they don't. Hey, you guys like watches? No, they have their faces covered.
No, they're
Don't
not
worry,
into
Tim. They didn't like
watches.
squally girls.
Squally. Yeah, maybe these girls like. Hey, Tea and Tickers. Good evening, guys.
Tea
Hi,
and
girls.
tickers,
We're
£5.
in live
Nice.
Oh, actually, there was an Asian in there.
Good
Yeah.
evening, guys. Tea
Yeah.
and tickers.
Tea
Wow,
and
that's,
Tickers. What's up, man?
buy one,
Actually,
get
I'm gonna
one
meet up
free.
with him on
Tim, I'm hungry. Can you order me a piece then? I'll take a
Yeah.
piece. Get me a pepperoni and a
I'll give you
beef.
half.
I'll take
give
it.
you half. Ooh, the beef. It takes like 10 minutes to make it. You know, they make it fresh for
how do
order.
they
So I
make one
ordered like
piece?
20 minutes ago. Yeah.
They got
it's
some that
just-
are. Oh, you've already ordered it.
Oh yeah. I already ordered. Took a walk. Came back. and was like, you know, I'll hop on the stream. And how long was it on the stream? It was supposed to be just before I get the pizza.
Oh,
But I think I'm
shit.
gonna.
Oh,
shit,
then you're
it
going to
takes
go
time.
when the pizza. My God. It's
Yeah.
Jesus. So how long are they saying is before it's ready?
I think it's almost ready. I think he's taking it out right now.
Okay,
Oh,
Neo,
that's
$5.
it? Oh, that's
Archie,
it. Pizza is here.
I'll put the notes together and pay for a sit down with you to bring you up to speed. Excellent, Neo. Let's do a video. We'll
Boom.
get this
Neo,
thing happening there.
let's get it happen. Let's get it happen. Let's get that scammer
So
exposed.
you're going to go to bed
Exposed.
soon, are you? You got to
Yeah,
go
I'm
to
gonna
bed
have the
soon.
pizza, and I'm gonna zonk it out because I was
Yeah,
working
good idea. Yeah, just
whole day.
take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, not as crazy. Don't lose the glasses. That's a bummer. That's
yeah.
a bummer.
Wait. Let me see. Do I still have them? Let me just check. Oh, still got them. Okay.
Oh,
Still
that's
got 'em.
good, man. Just be careful.
Oh,
Don't
my
lose your
God.
stuff. Don't
Yeah, I
lose your
know, it's
stuff.
tough.
Tim,
Man.
let's have a quick wristwatch check. What have you got on today, big boy?
He's got the
Explorer
Explorer 2. Explorer 2,
Explorer
Polar.
2, baby. That's the watch
Polar.
I'm not afraid to
Wow.
travel with. The best of the best.
You got to be careful down there, mate, because they might nick your watch, mate.
No,
Those
but a
rough-
friend of mine is wearing a Yachtmaster bluesy. A Yachtmaster bluesy.
Yes.
That's
Nice.
actually a dangerous watch to wear. Yeah. You can get punched in the face and stolen.
Have you seen any villains there? Are you scared in England? How do you find it?
No, I have not seen any villains. I've been very safe.
Any nasty
That's it.
geezers?
Nope. No. People have been only very sweet to me. I don't know. Maybe it's me or I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of. Yeah, a lot. Hey, yeah.
There's a lot of what?
There's a lot of sexy girls. I was gonna say.
Brighton has a bit of a homeless problem. I don't know if you know this. It's very.
I've seen some. Yep. I've seen some.
There's. I kind of really into. I was watching this documentary. The juvenile prison system in America is atrocious.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? The juvenile and the regular prison system. We have 10 times more prisoners than any other country.
Does it
It's a
work?
business.
Does
Because
it
we have
work?
no. It's private prisons. It's a business, Archie. It's a
Yeah.
business. How can you have prisons
That's-
privately
yeah,
owned by businessmen?
I do understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's,
Tim, have you seen the log drainer in Brighton?
What, he's here?
I'd imagine he would be.
No, he was. Oh no.
he's
I
not
was
in
at the gay
Brighton.
club though. I was at the gay club.
Yeah, was he not there?
No, he wasn't there, unfortunately. Wait, he lives in Brighton? I thought he was. Maybe we're talking about different people.
I think you are there. Okay, Tim. When are you going back for your pizza? You got to go back for your pizza.
That's it.
Tim.
I got the pizza. My friend is carrying the pizza. We're going back, guys.
Tim, thank you so much. There, we'll catch
Hey.
up again. Thank you for coming on, man. It really means a lot to me. I love you coming on like this, Tim. It's
Yeah, just
fantastic.
giving you guys a little bit of
Man, I
content
like this
every
little
day.
bit of fantasy. You're in
Yeah,
Brighton,
just-
man. Brighton,
yeah,
that's a
right.
beach town in England. That's kind of it was a holiday camp. It was a holiday town. It's got the pier, very famous place, Brighton.
Yeah.
And
It's like England near the ocean.
yeah,
Okay.
got you. Who are you traveling with, or he wants to remain anonymous?
He wants to remain anonymous.
That's okay. Tim, thank you so much. Paul
Okay.
Silesius, $5.
Hey!
We may have private prisons, but mostly democratic judges. Just saying. Yes, Paul Silesius. There we go. There.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Tim. Thank you
Tim
for
Wright,
coming on.
peace out.
Tim
night, Tim.
Wright. That's right,
Cheers.
guys. What a great bit of coverage, man. That's just beautiful.
Bye, everybody.
That's beautiful stuff. Man, what do you think of that? That was great footage, Marcelo. What did you reckon of that?
That was amazing.
Because
And
Brighton,
by the way,
that's really that's a sea town. That's a seaside town, holiday town. Jesus, I've only ever seen that in unemployment documentaries. The real big
shit.
boy. You're from England, aren't you?
I am, Arch, and it's a pleasure to be on the show. I've watched you for about 11 years, big boy.
With that accent, I can tell you went to grammar school, didn't you?
I did. You've got a very fine ear. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Which part of England are you in?
Bristol, so in the southwest.
Bristol. And tell me this: the Bristol motor car. That's a famous motor car.
It is, yeah. I don't think it's in manufacture anymore, I'm afraid, but it is, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bespoke based on a BMW. Believe it or not.
Arch, can I ask you a watch question?
Please do, sir.
Thank you. I mean, my current collection is very small. It's a 2021 Explorer 2 and
2021. Just hang on one tick. I'll grab this Neo $5. Archie, congratulations. The Watch Lounge. Chris got a job with Roman Sheriff. Archie, congratulations. The Watch Lounge. Chris got a job with Roman. Excellent. Excellent news. Okay, tell me this. You got a 2021 Explorer 2, which is in your avatar there.
Yes, and I've also
Beautiful.
got thank you. I've got a Rolex Datejust 41 Oyster with fluted bezel.
Steel?
Yes. Well, steel
white
and
gold
white gold.
bezel.
Yeah, white gold bezel.
What color dial?
Blue.
Oh my god. Yes, keep going.
That is it. But do you think if I get the call from an AD about a sub, should I trade the Datejust 41 in for that or not?
Okay, let's just clarify. How old are you?
There would be a problem.
I'm just going to put you mute there, Marcelo. It's a bit noisy. Tell me how old are you?
I'm 27, Arch.
What do you do? Industry, if you don't have to say the job exactly. What industry?
I work in human resources.
Okay. Okay, how financially well off are you?
Well, I've got a house, no mortgage, and I've also
Holy shit.
And I've got a small investment property.
Holy shit, you're loaded.
But
at 27, did you inherit some of that?
Potentially, but I do drive a Ford Focus.
That's okay. They all, the problem with cars in England is they spray the salt on the roads. They all rust. And that Ford Focus, just be very careful with that eco engine, that eco Duratec engine there. They are absolute pieces of shit. You do know about that, don't you? The Ford recalls.
Yeah, I mean, mine's actually earlier than that. It's a 2007 plate, so it's quite old.
It's the previous, because the turbo ones they got, they're absolute. They catch fire. I don't know if you know that.
Oh golly, it's a good job I haven't got that one in Arch. So, what do you reckon then? Should I trade in for a sub or? Because I know you say never sell Rolex.
Now, number one, let's just look at a few facts. With your buying history, you've got about as much chance of getting the sub call. I reckon you got about as much chance of getting the sub call as you have of winning the lotto. So I would say, you know what? I reckon that'd be a great three-piece combo. What do you think of this? Sub, Explorer, and a Datejust. What a perfect. And you've got the most beautiful, the blue dial. Is that Romans or just stick markers?
I've got it on my wrist. Do you want to see it?
Sure. Let's put it on.
Let me get it up.
Oh, beautiful stick marker. Oh, it's a nice, beautiful. Look at that blue. That's good. Look, I got to be totally honest with you. I don't know if I'd be wanting to get rid of that watch.
No?
No. Why would you want to get rid of it? If I were you, I don't know your financial situation, right? But I would be inclined to say, you know what, the Ford Focus, let's keep an old banger. You got a banger. I would even put it on credit card and work hard.
Okay.
I wouldn't be selling that. That Datejust is beautiful, man. And they're hard to get. Just, you know what, for you, 3 Rolex, that's it. Stop. Just jump off then. That's it. It's all you need. But I don't think the sub is going to come that easily. You see, you're being a delusional fantasy. Okay?
But
what did they say? What did they say?
He said he was going to put me down. I know it could be absolute rubbish, but I was very surprised that I got the call for an Explorer 2 because I got a call for a James Cameron, but I declined it because it was far too big. And then I got the call for the Explorer 2. So I'm not sure.
Explorer 2 is very good, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. The Explorer 2 is not as cool in the demand state. I love the Explorer 2. I love the black as well. But in all honesty, the subs are in that secondary space. the subs are a hell of a lot more desirable than the sub is about as equivalent to a Batman, okay? Batman, Batgirl. They're a black date sub is about as hard to get as a Batgirl, Batman, okay? The Explorer is a step down. Ooh, look at the Sermon. That's the Sermon. That's even harder to get there. Beautiful, beautiful.
That's lovely.
Let me say this to you. If I were you, you know what? I don't know your financial situation. Depends how much you love your watches. But if you really love your watches and you don't have too much, just put it on a card. Have you got cards available?
I have no credit cards. I don't really. I've never done that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
No better time than to get one.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what I don't know what they'd initially offer you, but I mean, every year I get a 0% credit card. It's not a huge limit, but I just max it out and I pay for it over a year or year and a half is usually what they are. And
Dave Ramsey says you're dealing with snakes. These are snakes because they want you to miss up and make a mistake and not pay and do this and that. Dave Ramsey's kind of right. Considering that you're worth several $1 million and you're playing with $500 of free money.
Oh no,
Archie, he have money because he doesn't have a credit card.
Yes.
It's a few it's you know, thousands of dollars that they'll put on it, but it's 0% interest, 0 payments for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't buy fucking Skittles from the store with them. I mean, I buy tangible things that I could sell if need be, whatever. But I mean, if I can't, I
got $50,000 worth of expensive tools behind you, for example.
Yes, right.
And Paul Salesius, $5. Arch, is Marcelo a method actor or really that slow? No, Marcelo's cool. He's just prepping his shop there. What are you hitting with the hammer there? What are you doing exactly?
I'm trying to bend these. Do you know how much these vintage case knives in America, but even scissors made in Sheffield, England, stainless steel from the 60s, 70s, they're worth quite a lot of money.
So why are you trying to repair them? What's going on?
I just was fucking around while I use them in the shop and somehow I bent them. And then I was trying to sharpen them. That is also that's a masterful, artful thing to be able to sharpen scissors, I've found out.
Yes.
It's interesting.
Now they're all from China.
Yeah, I know. And these were something that I used with my grandfather fishing and so they have a little bit of sentimental value. I'm kind of ashamed that I bent them, but they're straightening out.
Okay.
I guess.
Look,
I don't know.
I got to tell you, look, you know what?
That's fucking hard.
That's a beautiful collection there. That 3-piece is amazing. I love it. You know what I
Very
mean?
nice.
I don't think you need anything more, man. I honestly, my advice to you, look, it depends what you want to do in life, right? But you could easily, could make it a 4-piece by adding a Speedy. Look at this. Explorer 2 and Datejust. Beautiful, beautiful. If you got the call, let's be honest there.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think the call? How much money you got in savings? Do you have any emergency fund or savings?
Yeah, I'd say I have enough. That if I got the call tomorrow, I could go and grab it.
Okay. Well, what's the problem then? Well, the honest truth is, you're probably not going to get the call. Have you spoken to him and said how long would it be?
But Archie, they're fikers in the UK about this. They will say, we can't really commit it to you. I mean, basically, Arch, to get this Explorer 2, I'm having my first child in 4 weeks. So I kind of tied it in with that special occasion. I listened to the Pontiff. So that's how I got that watch. But I'm not sure if like you said, I will get that call. I mean, I passed on a James Cameron. Maybe I shouldn't have, but it's just so
James
big.
Cameron's too big. You know what I mean? I think it's, look, don't buy things that you don't like, okay? I love James Cameron, but it is very bulky.
Are you a very like outdoorsy or sporty type or ties
Hey
to
guys,
the ocean?
just very quickly, I'm just gonna grab this Joe Kramer $5. I reckon he's got the combo meal
Joe.
deal. What do you say, Arch? You know what? I reckon it's. I'm just gonna go for a toilet break. I will be back. Trapper John, talk to him about his ocean stuff, okay? And I'll take Marcelo off mute. Yeah, he's okay.
I take her off. Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going for a toilet.
I would only go for the sub, like if you were a diver or if you were, ultimately more sporty, but I don't know that you can get, I mean, that Explorer 2 is perfect.
I mean, Trapper John, I mean, I've got to admit, I mean, I really love the fact that the Explorer 2 is 42 millimeters. And when I did try the exhibition only sub on, it was 41. And, I'm 6'6", Trapper John, of a slender build. So I guess I need quite a larger watch, but the 41 did seem somewhat small on my wrist, I have to admit.
Yeah, I have an 8-inch wrist, and I'm with you. I don't really like much less than 40, but I've worn smaller, and it just takes a little bit of time for your mind to get used to. But I don't know.
And it's interesting. You
go ahead.
No, it's interesting. He said he's a bigger person, and in the end, James Cameron came up to be too big to him.
Honestly, Marcello, I don't know who wears it. I mean, I can appreciate the watch, and I actually had my heart set on it when I got the call from the AD. But I put it on, and it's like wearing like a bucket on a strap. I couldn't do it. I wish I could, because I would have picked it up that day, but it was just far too big.
Was it the thick? Like, I find it too thick, looking from a side profile. Was it the?
Yes. It's thick.
Was it that?
It's thick.
That
it's crazy.
Was it
thick.
that turned you off, or was it just physically
Trapper,
too big? Yeah.
Trapper John, I think it's because it was too high, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it was just the proportions I felt was strange. Whereas I find the Explorer 2 is perfect.
Yeah, I don't like me. I don't own a suit, so one really kind of dressy piece, like your the one you just showed. That would be all for me, and I tend to go more towards more utilitarian, like the sub and that. But I don't. I don't know.
Marcello, Trapper John, do you really think a 2-piece combo meal deal is enough for a gent like myself? What do you think, or do I need to get a sub as well?
No, for sure. I think you can love them more.
It depends. It depends on you. Even one piece can be enough. Depends how you see it. Look, you know what? I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, and you take it as a bit of salt and see if it actually referring to you somehow. But in 2014, I used to have only one watch. It was the one that my father gave me. It was a day-date 36 millimeter, and I think for me was too small.
Yellow gold.
And then I brought yellow gold. Actually, the champagne dial with the yellow gold, and in a leather strap. Actually, not even a Rolex leather strap. Actually, we got like I would say, a third-party leather strap, and I was wearing that watch for a year and a half, and then I brought for myself the Breitling Chronomat 44, and this huge and this bulky. And the reason I brought it is because I wanted like the most complicated watch I can have for the best price. It was second hand, so it was half of the price of original. And these two watch, it was the two watches that I had, I think, up to 2017. And then I got my Smurf, the Rolex White Gold, that I didn't even know if I'm going to buy a Rolex. That I just wanted to be my first Rolex to buy. And I think that Smurf that I have is probably the Rolex that I could live with, the only Rolex I could have. And then I'm listening to Archie and other guys, and then you're starting to build your connections, and then you say, what, fuck it, they're going to get more Rolex. But the thing is, I could live with that white gold sub. For me, that white gold sub, it was the peak of the Rolex in a way of a kind of original James Bond, how we say, Sean Connery watch, and also so much so that because it's a white gold, it's a really James Bond watch. It's like nobody know is a gold watch beside you, or beside the watch community now.
I gotta tell you,
exactly. That's why I love the watch. So.
It's. I gotta tell you, I reckon that's a great combo. You know, many years ago, when I was, this is years ago, 20 years ago, okay, when I had a little, I had a little Rolex collection that I had to sell it. I always thought I'd want some sort of sub, some sort of GM. I always liked the Explorer 2 more. There we go. CB, $10 toilet break sponsored by CB. Thank you so much, CB. I got to tell you, I always preferred the Explorer 2 to the GMT. That's just my preference.
Really?
Doesn't mean it. Yeah, I always did. I always preferred the Explorer because I like that steel fixed bezel.
Because Arch, a lot of my friends say the Explorer 2's garbage. I should have got it in the white dial. And, it's I didn't get the call for the GMT, and I thought, well, I'll go for the Explorer 2 because it's still got that function.
You don't need friends. Friends are a pain in the ass. They will fuck your wife behind your back. They will stab you. You don't need friends. Come on, you're in HR. You don't have friends. So you have contacts.
I couldn't possibly comment on that, Pontiff.
Come on. Nobody. Joe Kramer, $5. Trapper John, you know anything about trapping large bird men? Asking for research. It's like an emu.
You put a moldy steak under a box with a stick and put that on a string, and I reckon you could probably get one. Yeah.
I got to tell you, something, seriously, I like the way your friends, just hang on a tick there. I like the way your friends criticize it. They're not real friends. They're jealous sons of bitches. Don't ever listen. One of my friends, I've been trying to track him down for about 10 years, 15 years now. Can't find him anywhere. The only time I found him is his dad died, and I found he was mentioned in an obituary. It's the only thing I found of him. But he said, I had the 1016 Explorer 1, which is, they're worth a fortune, okay? It was a plastic Explorer 1. The last series, it was an L series. They're worth 30 to 40,000, I would say, Australian. Okay, 20,000 pounds, right? Because it was the last series. I bought it from new. You know what? People criticize, why did you get that? They said, that's not a real Rolex because it had the triangle at the 12. Yeah. That's the sports Rolexes, you donkey. They're so valuable. Look, people... And this friend who said that it's garbage, what does he have? What makes his life so wonderful? What does he have?
He's got a GMT and a Breitling chronomat with the kind of bullet
that's
bracelet.
Garbage. Breitling's garbage, isn't it?
Well, that's kind of what I thought, but I kept that to myself.
Seriously, you know what? I always liked the black Explorer 2. I'll be honest with you. The whites were always cheaper. That's why I bought the Polar. It was always a little bit cheaper. Okay. What seems to happen is it follows the Daytona trend. When the black dial Daytona was sort of in the rage, the black dial Explorer was more expensive. They were actually selling for a premium, the blacks. And then because they released the Panda, well, now all of a sudden the Polar comes out as it doesn't really matter. If I were you, seriously, I wouldn't sell that Datejust.
Okay,
I reckon that's a better watch too, because it's a very classic businessman's watch. Whereas the Sub or the Explorer, they're kind of, I reckon the Datejust, that's perfect watch for your career.
Okay, I mean, yeah, okay, that makes sense, Arch.
And that Explorer is an excellent weekend. I mean, that's a perfect.
You can wear that anytime. You can wear that. Exactly. It's beautiful, but I reckon though you got to be very, very grateful. You have two amazing Rolexes. Does your wife have a Rolex?
No, she's not into watches, but she rides. She has some horses. She quite likes riding horses. So that's her I guess, poison, so to speak.
Nice. But do you think about different brands beside Rolex as well in the
Yeah,
future?
I mean, I do like Vacheron, but I just think, if I'm honest, at the moment, I don't want to be spending that sort of money on watches until I get even further in my career at the moment.
I also think, if you do, I mean, for whatever
but a
it's
Vacheron,
worth,
you could get for a patrimony. They're not that much more than a Submariner, really, are they?
But I think I'd want the overseas Arch.
The overseas was soft. They used to be
with the
soft.
blue dial.
They used to be soft.
Yeah.
They used to be soft. I turned
They were.
a Gen 2 3-hander white dial. I was offered to me for £5,000.
Wow.
Arch, can I tell a story that
Sure.
it kind of relates to what you've said in the past about not upstaging your bosses? I've recently accepted a new job, and I noticed that he had the director interviewing me had an Omega Seamaster 300 with I think it was a blue rubber bracelet.
Yes,
And
beautiful watch.
Yeah, I was very foolish because I had the Datejust 41 on, and I said, "Oh, that's a great watch you've got there. What's that? The Seamaster 300?" And I thought, "Oh, damn it! You better not look at my watch because I had the Datejust on." And I thought, "Ooh," because I remember you did a video about that, didn't you, Pontus?
Yeah, it's funny. I went for a job, and the guy had a Vacheron, and he actually offered me the job, but I turned it down because it was overseas. It was probably the best job I've ever been offered, but I turned it down because of family situation. And I'm pleased I did, because the corporate world doesn't really care about me. They're not my friends. Corporate world is interested in their, but that's okay. You've got to realize this. But I got to tell you, no, but is that his only watch, or how did it go after he said that? The worst thing is I said to somebody, "Nice Rolex, love your Rolex GMT,"
video, yeah.
but it was a fucking Seiko. Those Seikos that looked very similar to Rolex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, Arch, when he said it to me, I kind of kept the focus on him and said, "Oh, it's interesting how you went for the rubber strap, blah blah blah." And I kept
Did
the
he even
focus on
ask
him.
you about your watch?
No, because I made sure I rolled my sleeves up because I wanted to get that job.
Oh, I see. Is that his only watch? See, he might have, but the thing is, he might have a few watches.
No. Sorry, Arch, I didn't tell you that. Previously he had a Longines, and his other friend said, "You need to get yourself a good watch." And he didn't want to part way with a lot of money. I'm not saying Seamasters are cheap. But that's
No,
what
he didn't want to. He didn't want to part away with Rolex money.
No, exactly.
Actually, this is interesting. What happened when you have a job interview, when it seems that the one that interview you, the potential boss, have a lower watch than you?
Well, the thing is, I got to be
problem?
honest with you. In IT, I've even gone to job interviews with a gold sub on. They have no idea what it is. 90% of situation, they just assume it's a gold-plated watch. That's what they would assume. And
Wow.
I got to be honest with you. I think it never. People look. If they're a watch person, you do have to be careful, as you said there. So, what are you going to wear when you go to this new job then? See, what are you going to do then?
Well, I don't think I'm going to be working closely with the director. But I've only got two watches. I've got those two Rolexes, and I've got a Casio F91 for when I play sports. I can't wear that to the office, can I?
No, and the other thing is too, do you really want to be ashamed to wear your... It's not like it's a solid gold or very in your face sort of thing. I mean,
no.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah, of course, please.
Look, the thing is this, you got to realize this. Most of the time, 90% of your career and that there is based on how hard you work and things like that. The watch has very little sway. However, people do get jealous. Okay, that's just the world we live in. If I were you, my advice to you would be pick one and just be seen with one. Don't be the two. Does that make sense?
No, of course. I mean, I've watched some of your previous videos about what to say when people say, "Is that a real Rolex?" And I think I've got my answers ready, just to say, you know, it was a gift and that was it for when I graduated. And
well, don't you think that that date just is perfect for this scenario? I mean, you say, yeah, it is, but it's not. It's not the, you know, it's the lowest. Yeah, right. Exactly.
You can sort of
sprack off about something there. Do you still want the Pepsi or the Batman? I mean, do you still lust? Yeah. Do you still?
No, he wants the stub. He wants the stub. That's the hole. He said he's on the
I thought he said he wanted a Pepsi, and you went for the GMT. I'm sorry.
Well, the Explorer. Sorry, Trapper John. Yeah, a lot of my friends were saying I should have got the Pepsi, but
I see.
For me, it doesn't really resonate with me. I really like the Submariner.
Well, the Pepsi's fucking impossible to get. Let's just be realistic.
And
beggars can't be choosers. Okay?
I don't think their advice is genuine either, because they were just saying maybe what you should do is get the hot model. You know, the white Polar Explorer.
Joe
Pepsi,
Kramer, $2. Get this big boy a Tudor.
There you go.
Actually, you know what,
guys?
Maybe an Omega.
Guys, you guys don't understand how much Archie is right about this. That people that are not watch people don't care. And I put also Austin on that kind of bet when I was working in the Olympics, and I said, you know what? Every day I'm going to wear a different watch. I changed 20 watches. For that 30 days, 20 every day I come with a different watch and nice watches like the Meteor Dial, the GMTs, the Tudors.
Cool. Nobody said nothing.
Nothing. And I'm wearing
in Japan.
sleeves. Like,
but hang on a minute, Marcelo. You don't understand. In Japan,
no, it wasn't Japanese. It wasn't Japanese. It was for the NBC TV media in the Olympics. It was most of them actually Australians, Americans.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, the Japanese themselves, they notice but say nothing. The Japanese notice but say nothing. You got to. I must tell you that there. Let me just say something to you. I got to be honest with you. You know what? Big boy, real big boy. You know what? What do you think about getting a Tudor Black Bay?
I mean, I'm really.
You know what I would do? How's this for an idea? Let me swing this idea to you, okay? Okay, you've already admitted we got a problem here, okay?
Go on.
Okay. So what you would do is, why don't you here's an idea, get a Black Bay 58 or a standard 41 mil as filler until the sub comes in. That way you've got Datejust, you've got an Explorer as your GMT, and you've got the Black Bay as a stopgap. Does that make sense? That would be perfect, man.
I mean, absolutely, Arch. But, you know, this might be well, I guess an unpopular opinion of mine, but I would rather have a Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean.
No, he's going to get jealous. You've got a better watch than him. He's noticed this. He's a watch person. These people are petty. What I'm saying to you is, right, you get the Tudor. Could you swing that Tudor or not?
Yeah, I think
Start looking for a Black Bay 58.
What about the new Pelagos?
That's another option as well.
Talking about this.
That's another. But I'm trying to get one pre-owned. Try and get one pre-owned. I don't know if I'd want to just pay retail for one.
They're really not that much money, though.
I mean, yeah, go on. Sorry,
your AD,
they probably sell Tudor as well.
Look, I would try and look at. I lost money. I bought a Tudor. I got it for 12% off, and I still lost another 10% when I wanted to sell it. Okay. My advice to you, seriously, is your friends are shit. They're all fuckwits. Okay? Tell you this now. Friends, you don't need friends. You don't need friends. What sort of friends say, "Oh, you got the shit one"? You know, it's always these friends. They've always got to outdo you. You know what I mean? Just fuck off. You know that? Like, these aren't friends.
Now, Arch won't agree with this, but if your AD is a Tudor dealer as well, I mean,
that could help.
You know,
that could help.
It could help if you go in there, buy the new Pelagos or even. it would depend on if you want to wear a
Actually,
bracelet or not.
Yes.
yeah. Actually, it's very important, especially when they're talking about the new Pelagos, because as we know, the old Pelagos doesn't keep value that high, right? Comparing to, let's say, the black base, and especially the 58 that getting over retail. Now, do you believe, because everybody actually play reverse psychology with this new Pelagos that is going to be the hardest watch to get and is going to be over retail? Would you wait a little bit?
Tudor's never that hard to get, you know. Look, I tell you honestly, my advice is I would get a secondhand Black Bay 58, but maybe you could say to your AD there, so he's a Tudor, a Rolex and Tudor AD, or just a Rolex AD?
Yeah, so this one, it's Goldsmiths Arch. So they do Rolex, Tudor, Breitling, Omega, all of it.
I reckon, seriously, this could be the perfect time to get a Tudor. And then you
the director might.
I don't understand this. See, did you want validation or did you want an answer?
Well, I'm always open.
Let's just clarify this, okay?
I'm always open to answer.
Did you want validation or did you just want me to back up your decision?
If
I'm telling you, it's career poison. It's career suicide to have a better watch.
I was hoping you were going to say, I mean, but Arch, is it? Would you recommend do you think an Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean is deemed higher than a Seamaster? Do you think I could get away with that?
I'd go tuna.
Okay, I'll have a little look then next time I'm in.
Plus, that new Pelagos is blue. You know, you could maybe bond with him. Or hey,
CB, I got a super chat. Here we go. CB, $5. My suggestion is never wear a flashy, expensive watch to work unless you are a top manager.
What about a Speedmaster?
Is it CB? I want to ask CB. Oh, hello, Kitty. Is CB is an Explorer 2 black or a Datejust CB, Datejust 41? Is that a flashy, expensive watch? Like when CB says, my suggestion is never wear a flashy, is he talking about like a platinum Daytona, or is he meaning like a Rolex? Any Rolex is considered expensive? To
me, he's talking about a solid gold day-date. You know, that's how I'm interpreting that.
Expensive. Like, I mean, is a Datejust really a flashy, expensive watch?
That's what I don't think it. I don't think.
I mean, mine's.
Let me tell you this: what you're trying to do is, let me say this to you. It's like turning up. Your boss is driving a Ford Granada, and you pull in a C class. It's not a good feeling.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he drives a Range Rover Velar. So, I mean, you know, I rock up in my shitty Focus. So hopefully he feels better than me on that aspect. What do you reckon, Pontiff?
Yeah, I think he would.
Tell him if he drove the Focus, he could afford a Rolex.
Your parents have a Bentley, don't they? You should bring the Bentley in one day.
My parents, no, they drive normal cars, Arch, an MG.
Something else that Arch says that, I mean, it only kind of peeks in every once in a while, but you know, he's constantly kind of envious of collections under three pieces and unders, or one piece. And I started reading a book about minimalism, and
yes,
it's gotten into my head a little bit.
I mean, Trapper John, it's interesting because I've got a few friends in Malaysia because I graduated with them, and a lot of them, they just have a, I think it's the 116, you know, the 40 millimeter black ceramic sub, and that it's just one and done, nothing else. And I'm somewhat envious of them if they can just do
the
that.
116610. That's a perfect. I mean,
if you sold both of those watches you have, you could get one aftermarket.
I could,
and your bigger wrist. I mean, that bigger maxi case might fit better.
Guys, Archie wanted to fix the Rolex crisis issue. Archie, here, a perfect example. You already have 2 Rolex. Done. Don't buy nothing.
Yes. No, but let's face it, Marcelo, He's got no chance of getting the sub. Okay, let's be honest there.
Do you think
okay?
I should go grey market?
I'm
then,
just
Pontiff?
humoring him. I'm just humoring him. Okay,
You think I should
Marcelo.
go grey
He's got
market?
no chance with his buying history. He's not going to get nothing. But I don't have the guts to tell him this at this stage.
Go
We're going to
on,
wait a
be
couple
brutal.
years, then we'll tell
be
him the
brutal
truth.
with me. Be honest.
I think that
just very quickly, I got to get these super chats.
Maxi
Anthony
case might be-
Pellegrini, $5. 2020 Tudor Pelagos left hand or 2018 Moonwatch Sapphire Sandwich. Thanks. Oh, Moonwatch Sandwich.
I
That's
looked
a
at one of those
legendary
at my AD, and and I hadn't seen this strap, but it was kind of like a ballistic nylon, but it was sewn much like a leather strap in that it had the padding in between it and everything else. And I loved that watch on that
Joe
strap.
Kramer,
It was awesome.
$20. Mute Breaker, aka Marcelo, and let's have Big Boy have a voice. Okay, no worries there. Now, I wanted to say to you, I honestly would say to you, you know what? GB, $2. I got the Tudor GMT. Then my AD got me a Rolex Pepsi. Okay, you never know your luck.
Hey, Arch, I think you were in the bathroom when he was explaining, but the real Big Boy, that name does fit him. And I don't think Arch heard, about your arm size.
We got an answer from CB, $5. It depends where you are in the world and the type of office. Datejust or Explorer are generally okay. Unfortunately, in your case, your boss has already...
He's already done the recon to know what he's up against here.
No. 1 minute.
I think that maybe if you did go pre-owned, now that said, would you peddle those two watches and just go for a one watch, or would you be adding again?
If I'm honest, Trapper John, I'm not sure I could reduce from 2 to 1 and sell them both, because I'll be honest, I'm quite attached to my Datejust 41 because it was my first Rolex.
Well, you wouldn't have to sell two, I guess. I mean, probably just selling one could take care of most of.
So you're Malaysian, real Big Boy. You're Malaysian?
No. I just have friends that I graduated from.
Your wife is Malaysian?
No. We're both British, Arch. I'm mixed race.
Beautiful. I got to tell you, I really love Malaysia. Malaysia's a great country.
I've been to, the pavilion. I've been to that same AD you've been to, Arch.
Malaysia. I really love Malaysia's kind of a cross between Singapore and Bangkok. It's not as crazy and not as expensive as Singapore. You know what I mean? It's kind of Malaysia's. I love KL. I really love KL. That's great food in KL. KL's wonderful. It's but this guy's saying, CB saying it's generally okay, but your boss has already... Look, I don't think it really matters. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. I'd probably, you know what? I'd say, fuck it. I would just wear the Datejust and be done with it. Just wear the fucking Datejust. If he says something, he says something. If he doesn't, doesn't matter.
Well, I do like having a job, so potentially, but I know what you mean, Arch.
Yeah. Is he narcissistic or is he a good boss?
I'll be honest with you. I've only met him once. He seems okay, but it's always hard to judge, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, I would say, you know what? I'd probably just wear the Datejust. That's it. But I wouldn't be pushing the Explorer. I'd just keep that, because the thing is, people don't say anything, but they notice. You know what I mean? You want to be a bit careful. You want to be careful. And I particularly hate it when people say, non-watch people, they see, oh, you got a Rolex. How much is that? Then they start gossiping. He's got a 10,000, or he's got a 5,000 pound, or this or that. It's just so nasty. You just, you got to be so careful, because.
But this is why I say it's a gift, Arch. From when I graduated.
So jealous. Joe Kramer,
that's $5. That's a good line.
Big Boy, you gotta be loud and vicious with these punters. Because the other thing is too, in HR.
Yeah.
can I say this to you? When you say it was a gift when you graduated, it gives you a chance to spruik the degree you've got.
That's true. Well, degree and masters. So yeah, plural.
Yeah, so you say, I got this as a gift when I got my master's.
And then I can say,
and then
I got
they
my
remember you've got a master's degree, see?
Yeah, I mean, what I was thinking, Arch,
because then it's self-promotion.
Graduation.
You know, I got to be honest with you. Tell me this: you're a young, peppy guy in HR in a big corporate. Big corporate. What size company?
What, in terms of headcount?
Yeah.
600.
Can I ask you something realistic?
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on the question.
Okay, because no one knows who you are, right? Over 50-year-olds, how do you feel about employing over 50-year-olds?
Well, it depends if they have the skill set, big boy.
Okay, if you had, okay, I see what you're saying. Depends on
what
the
if
skill
they've
set.
said questionable things on a public social media platform?
Do you check social media in HR now?
I couldn't possibly comment, Arch.
Yeah. You know what? I think after a certain age, you want to try and work for yourself. I got to tell you this. We got Marcelo, love him or hate him. At least he's doing his own fucking thing. You know what I mean? You've got to hand it to him. I mean, you can criticize Birdman all you like, but he's taken the guts to run his own business. Trapper John, he's illegally poaching lumber in the state forests. You know, that's
right.
pretty sneaky. And myself, I'm churning out content. I think after a certain age, a man should be working for himself, or he's got to specialize. Does that make sense?
Do big corporation businesses like that?
Big corporates, they don't like you after 40. 40. It's the use. What's the sell by date there, real big boy?
Well, no one will really admit it.
Yeah. What do you think it is? Seriously.
And again, this is my personal opinion. I don't know, perhaps 50.
50 is the sell. So by 50, it's very hard unless you've got really good skills that they really, really want. You kind of fight. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, it kind of
generally
depends, because in some of the companies I've worked in the past, if you're an employment lawyer or you're a HR consultant and you've got a real array of experience and built up knowledge, you're like gold dust. So it depends on what you bring to the table, really. There, Arch.
Do you think is that something you could outsource or contract down the road to other, and become your own?
Absolutely.
Maybe you're working for a contracted outfit. I don't know, but
absolutely, Trapper John. A lot of people I know in my line of work, they actually set up their own companies, and they will travel to different HR businesses and offer their services. So absolutely,
it's very hard.
Guys,
to
I
get
think
clients,
you guys didn't. I think you guys didn't understand the Archie question. So let me reframe it a little bit better.
Sorry, go on.
When you're 25 or 28 and you hire me, you potentially see me stay in your company for at least another 10, maybe even 20 years. When you're on the verge of 50, you probably are not sure if you're going to continue hire the guy when they come to 60 or 70. So that was basically Archie question.
Yeah, well, I guess the younger you are, and the more junior you are in your career, the more likely you are to kind of chop and change. But when you start, I guess, encroaching the pension kind of cutoff age, then, if we employed Arch and he was 60, we might be thinking, well, he might only stay with us for 5 years. So it depends, really. But I completely see what you're saying there, Marcello.
Maybe you could have
that's
Archie
why you
consult
need to ask
for...
Archie. That's why you need to ask Archie how much credit card debt you have. Then you realize there's no way this man has to work until he's 90.
Well, see, Arch, I'm thinking that they could contract you to help pick the retirement watches for their exiting.
Oh, they don't give gifts anymore. They don't give gifts anymore.
I thought you got a gold watch.
That was when they had pensions. They no longer they outsource that. Okay. User pay. It's called user pay. Joe Kramer, $5. Big boy, you got to be loud and vicious with these punters. Let me just tell you this. I've got to tell you, in all honesty, there, corporate world, they don't particularly want, once you get to a certain age, you become aware of your rights. You're not enthusiastic and young and peppy. That's what they want. Young, enthusiastic, and peppy, isn't it?
Maybe.
You know, that's and if you've got too much government job experience, I've gone to interviews. They've said, you know, we do actually have to stay back unpaid sometime. They've made a big point of pointing that out.
But Arch, I mean, if you want an international YouTube celebrity, do you reckon you would still have a big corporate job in maybe CBRE? Or
I got to be completely honest. I think I'm completely unemployable. Completely.
But if you didn't do YouTube in the first place, do you reckon you would be out in, was it Papua New Guinea on 160,000?
Well, that contract ended because the pipeline they were doing is kind of, that project's over.
Because that's big money, Arch.
Yeah, but you know the problem is fly in, fly out. You got a higher chance. I've already been married once before. High chance of divorce. Big tax. Big tax. They've changed the tax. You used to be an expat. Now the government, they don't let you do that. You got to pay Aussie tax on that. Look, I got to be honest with you there. I think realistically, it's not always about the money. My wife had just got her credentials and got a government job as a nurse. So I wanted her to sort of, she'd have to resign from that because our kids were too young. So I wanted her career to go a bit. It's not always about me. I always wanted to do something myself. I worked for myself a long time ago. I got to be honest with you, I enjoyed working for other people. It was good because you don't have, you'd switch off. The Pine Barren, $10. Arch, YouTube is going to disable the thumbs down, dislike button on all videos. Thoughts? They're not disabling it. They're turning off the count for the public. Only I can see it. So it's to be completely honest with you, I don't think it really matters. Okay. Doesn't really matter. Let me say this to you. I really feel I was in IT. Okay. I was in IT and I had some lucky breaks. I had some good things I did, but I had some appalling bosses. I remember one boss I was working for this army canteen service. Fuck, I had to fight and argue to get backups and stuff that they wouldn't spend anything on IT. And I remember I said to them, guys, you realize if this fucks up, the whole office is going to stop for 8 weeks doing nothing. Do you realize this? They had an old PABX.
I remember one more story that Archie said with the pen. You want to say that story with the pen when the guy wanted to fuck you up with
yes,
did you did that? Yeah.
Yes, I used to always use brown ink. That was a government job I had because they said one of you guys is sending the addresses out. They're not checking it properly. And I said, if it's me, I'll quit. You can fire me today. I said, if it's brown ink, I only use brown ink. And they said, why do you only use brown ink? I said, exactly for circumstances like this. They didn't. I don't think they liked the answer. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. In all honesty, once you get to a certain IT, being 50 in IT is like being 60 in any other industry. They like young and peppy. And that industry has its own problems. It also, just because a job is prestigious doesn't necessarily mean you're paid well. I was an IT manager on this big project. I was earning fucking 60s, low 60s, Aussie. That's like 45 US. And the guy who used to clean the urinals and put the urinal cakes in, he was on 120.
You need that.
But I have a question about this.
I asked for that job. I said, can I be at the Peggy? It's called a Peggy. I said, can I put the urinal cakes in? And it's a unionized industry. This is what they said. It was unionized. This is just how it is. And I thought, fuck.
Did he use a glove when he'd serve the cookies that he sold? That's what I wanted to know. Didn't you say he was selling cookies on the side?
Yeah, he's
And I
selling
thought the-
food. He had a little food. He was selling
Oh,
some
yeah,
food
food.
snacks. Food snack. Look,
So the
he
shitter
was
cleaner was selling food on the side. Had
well.
the
He
taco
did
truck
he
down the
did
street.
general jobs. That's kind of what he did. He did the look.
Yeah.
In all honesty, he was a nice guy, right? And that he
That's
was
why
very
cars
lucky.
cost so much and are shit quality, because they're unions, and unions are a good thing until they get greedy. And now they have underqualified, overpaid.
Yeah, it's a very tricky thing. But I got to tell you, being in the UK, there, man, you've got it made. You got a job there, good corporate. You just want to do. You've got a master's degree. You got a master's in law. Is that right? Employment law.
No. So I did a degree in business management with marketing. My master's was international management, and then I've since then done a master's in human resources.
Fuck. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's it's okay. I guess
expensive,
it's worked.
isn't it?
Yeah. But side note, Arch, I tried to have our baby's middle name Arch or Chesterfield, but it didn't float. But I did try.
No worries. The timepiece fund, $2. Steel spine required to run your own business. True alpha. Man, I got to tell you, the best advice I can give you is, look, you seem to be doing pretty damn well. You've got a master. What does your wife do?
She doesn't work.
Okay. And your house is paid off.
Yeah.
Fike you. This is what you need. Fike you. A fully paid off house.
But Arch, I drive a shitter. I drive a little Ford Focus. Do you not think?
Well, you need to get a Jap shit box.
Yeah, I think a Jap shit box would be better. A Corolla would be better. That the Fords. I had a Mondeo years ago. It was one of the worst fucking cars I've ever had.
Okay, maybe not then.
I would say, look, seriously, you don't really. The best thing you can do is have the least expensive car your ego can afford.
Yeah,
man, you're living the dream. You're living the dream. You got a
I mean,
baby girl. What
could
more
be
do you
worse.
want?
Well, I mean, it could be worse. I could have that sub, but apparently that's not going to happen. But I know that's
Yes.
first world problems. I'm conscious of that.
Yes. You just need to make sure the wife understands. She needs to make sure that you have intimacy every night, and she cooks and cleans. You've got to make sure they understand this. You know what I mean?
I mean, has that worked for you, Arch, over the years?
Actually, it has. It has. It has. It has.
She's not
totally,
unemployed. That is her job.
To be completely honestly with you, I'm expected. See, I'll be honest with you. Jokes aside, I'm expected to come up with the money for the braces. That's a man's job. I don't go and bitch and have a cry. I can't afford it. I find the money. Whether that means I have to sell one of my watches or sell something, that's what has to be done. But the reality is, there's certain things I want. You at least want every second night, wouldn't you? You know, you'd need. I mean, what's the point of being married? You want this. You want to have. I mean, seriously, I would live by myself if it wasn't for those factors. There, you'd live by yourself. There's no way in the world you would have this drama. I don't need someone to micromanage me.
I mean,
Okay?
Archie, I think she is a keeper because she's bought me Luxury to Last by you last Christmas,
Yes.
and read it,
Good
and
woman.
I haven't burnt it, but the reviews, Arch, they're shocking. I think they need to be addressed.
No, look. I'll be honest with you.
Archie, your
Yes.
wife is
Yes.
important for your channel, because when she somehow upset you, it gives the
Yes.
motivation of your
Motivation.
character.
Yeah. Look, I think in this world, really, why do we do anything? Why? I think, with the death of Blue Shirt Buddha, you got to say to yourself, what is it you want? I'm looking for the answer to life. What is the meaning of life?
But Arch, from that stream, I watched a bit of it yesterday, and I kind of got the takeaway that you should wear your watches regardless. So taking that moral out, do you reckon I should just wear my Explorer 2 and date just my new watch?
You know what? Just
fight
fuck
it.
it. If he's gonna sack you, let him sack.
I mean, once you already have the
just wait
job.
until your probation period's over.
Well, I mean, technically in the UK, Arch, the probation period is up to 2 years because you can dismiss in a very easy fashion before 2 years. So maybe I should wait until 2 years employment.
Can I tell you this? One of the worst things I did was my probation was 3 months, right? But it was actually, by law, it's 6 months. I made this mistake because after the 3 months were up, I went to my boss and I said to her, who was a female boss, I said, Jane, I really would like more money. This job is a lot more entitled than I realized, than I was told. I want to, and she said to me, she turned around and said to me, Paul, in the interview, you said money wasn't important. You said as long this company had a good fit and you'd be happy. I said, Jane, that's the bullshit I told you to get the job. Now I can tell you the truth. Probably shouldn't have said that. They got rid of me. You know this? They fired me.
Yeah, Archie, you definitely shouldn't have said that.
No, the problem with Archie is very direct. And this was...
Look, I think at our age, Marcelo, I need to work for myself. Even if, I got to be honest with you, if I had the choice of earning 40,000 for myself or 70,000 working for somebody else, it's probably better to work for yourself.
And Archie, I want to say one more thing. It's true also for you to be upset and angry with this live stream because, you know, after Blue Shirt Buddha passed, you know, I was watching yesterday a little bit the history. And and fuck me dead. You actually started this live stream, especially in this watch world, because the first videos that you did was completely crap and everything was starting to build. You actually built that from scratch.
That's right.
I started to see all the building of how the channel was building. So for 1 year and a half ago was completely, you guys need to see the history to understand. And only
Clive just threw his shoe at his computer.
Joe Kramer, $5. Big boy, what you need is a steam-powered tractor. You know, I love steam. Steam is a very, very cool thing there. England has become a nation of con men selling double glazing to each other.
Arch, I've got to say, your views on things I do find very entertaining.
Yeah, thank you. It's you're in New England. You've got everything going for you. Young, multiple master's degree. Is there a problem you can't solve?
Yeah, you cannot get the Rolex you want.
I don't know. I mean, you know, things could be a lot worse, really. Thank goodness. But you know, I put in the work at the start, so hopefully, I can start to reap the profit, so to speak.
Yes. How many hours a week do you work?
Well, I say about 40. No more than 40, really, Arch.
Do you see that if you really want to get ahead in your career, you've really got to put 60 plus hours in a week, 60 to 80?
Wow, that's an interesting topic. I think it depends. If you want to kind of excel in one company, so let's say...
Are you in government? Are you in government?
No. So if you wanted to join, let's say, in one role and move all the way up through a company, then I think that's when you have to put your shoulder to the, what do they say? Put your shoulder to the metal or
grindstone.
Grindstone. Yeah. But what I've done
is... I actually have a better question. Look, I have a better question to you. I'm sorry I stopped you on purpose. I actually did. It's possible for you also, beside the job that you got offer, also to create something independently in the side?
Yes, yes, but I think, Marcello, the restriction is that if I'm already working 40 hours per week, a lot of the time is taken up. And of course, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but then I try and squeeze, you know, gym work in. I play a lot of badminton. I play for county, which is a fairly high level. So there's a lot of things to try and squish into the day. So it could be hard. So
tell me this. You don't think you need to work 80 hours a week? Isn't that how you climb the ladder? You've really got to put if in a law firm, right, to become partner, or say you were doing consulting, you know, these consulting companies like PwC, these consultants, they're working 15 hours a day.
Yeah, I think the difference there
Have you heard? You need to have a 996 lifestyle. Have you heard of the 996 lifestyle?
No, tell me.
9 to 9, 6 days a week.
Yeah, that's a no from me.
996.
I think really it depends on the company culture and whether or not they do value a good work-life balance or not. I've heard JP Morgan is quite notorious for just working people around the clock. So it depends where you work. Really,
would you attracted to a consultancy like that? Would you do that, or you're?
Nope.
Because with your degrees, you're highly. They would kind of like you, wouldn't they?
I think so, Arch. But I think let me get the phrase right. I work to live. Wait, is that right? No. Yes,
live to work or work to live. I understand, but tell me this: how many hours in your company? Okay, so the company you worked at before. How many hours do you think people were working realistically?
I would say people on my level, probably 30. No, I'd say about 40. Well, I was working 40, but there were some people that were trying to go up, but it was a bit corrupt. So that's partly why I left, because you really had to be working about 65 hours per week if you wanted to go up. And even on the next,
how did they know you were working 65? How do you let them know you're working 65?
Well, it's interesting, Arch. You might be interested in this. We had this thing called time tracking. So we would have numerous clients, and to work out, they would pay us a monthly retainer to use our services. And if they only had, if they were only paying us peanuts, then my company wanted to know whether or not it was worth keeping them as a customer. But indirectly, they track your time. Does that make sense, Arch?
Oh, I see. So you would sign on for how long you were doing things for.
Yeah. So, if I was doing work for I don't know, company X, I put a tracker on. And then when I started doing work for company Y, I put a tracker on. But I was underpaid for my experience. So I thought, well, I'm not going to grind my arse up to go further. I'll just leave and get a promotion somewhere else.
Yeah. So interesting comments here. Logan Hall. I work in consulting and I clock 50 to 55 hours per week on average. Holy shit. That's billable hours. How many billable hours? Law firms. I had a friend who worked at a law firm in consulting. He had an MBA. He actually didn't. He had a master's in law, but he wasn't a board registered solicitor. They wanted 40 billable hours a week, which means that's kind of means 40 billable means you're doing probably 60 to 80 in total. Because you go to a meeting, that's not billable. You go to the Timepiece Fund, $5. All wives are keepers only because divorce leads to bankruptcy. Actively listening to them, but quietly doing your own thing keeps both parties happy. Tell me this. I'm just curious as to this. How many hours you need to work to actually advance in a company?
Sorry, go on.
What do you do? Is there pressure to work? Like officially, they can't say to you, you need to work 60 hours. They don't actually say that, do they?
No, I mean, their kind of get out is they'll say, you need to do the hours that basically to get the job done. But where I was working prior, Archie, basically, if they wanted me to do more than hours overtime each day, they would pay me, or I wouldn't have to do it, because I would say, well, I've got too much work. So I think it kind of depends on the company, really.
Yeah. How many hours do you think CEOs do?
I say quite a lot. I'd say about 2 jobs ago, there was one chap, and he was the MD, and he was working weekends, he was working weekdays, and he would always be there when I got in, and he'd be there when I left. So God knows what hours he was doing, but I don't think that's a very good work-life balance.
Yes, but did he have a couch in his office?
Well, he had his own corner office.
Okay.
I mean,
I was going to say, because he could be sleeping in there before, and then a little bit
he
after.
Was earning big money, was he or not?
Well, after tax, he was on about 110,000. And dividends, I think. So quite a lot.
Joe Kramer, $5. Archie, from the months of Jan to mid-November, I easily push 12 to 15-hour days, 6 days a week. From mid-November to Jan, maybe 2 hours a day.
That's hard work, Joe. Take my hat off to you.
That is very hard work. Joe is worth 20 million, by the way. I don't know if you know this. He's got a farm, a big farm.
And tractors drive themselves anymore, so.
Exactly. So let's not feel too sorry for Joe.
I'm just kidding, Joe.
Joe is very wealthy, but you know, that's okay. It's just how it is. Joe likes to say he works so hard, but it's he does work hard. He doesn't need. He doesn't have to work. It's his choice.
I like that. That's quite cool.
And
when I was out of high school, I worked on a wildland fire.
But you know,
crew.
Elon Musk, he works. He expects. He has he conducted a meeting Sunday at 4 a.m. in the morning. What do you think of that as a thing?
It's a no from me. I mean, I'm a hideous.
That's
person.
what Elon Musk did. He said, I want to make sure everyone's committed to the project. It was a SpaceX. Okay, he had a meeting. He scheduled a meeting for 4 a.m. on a Sunday.
But I mean, didn't he also fire one of? I think
that sounds like a gimmick
for asking for a pay rise.
Sorry, he fired what?
Didn't he also fire his personal assistant for asking for a pay rise?
And what was his logic for that? Tell me what the.
I'm not sure, but I think
because he can.
I think basically she went on.
Not to be greedy.
If I recall correctly, I think it's because she went on holiday for a week, and Elon could do all of the work that she was supposed to be doing anyway, and thought she didn't need her. She came back, asked for a pay rise, and he just fired her.
Yeah, that's his choice. He's allowed to do what he wants.
Yeah, you are right, but it seemed slightly flippant because she was with him all the way from the start of the company, if I've read it correctly.
You know, the funny thing is, these CEOs, I'll be honest with you, they say a lot of these CEOs are psychopaths. I didn't say psychopathic killers, but psychopaths in the sense that they're narcissistic, self-centered, super focused. Just focus.
Wasn't it sociopath? I was trying to think about this a couple days ago.
Sociopath, just narcissistic.
Like 90%.
Just blinkered. They are just...
Look, you need... What the Archie said is true. You need to read the Steve Jobs book that he actually was extremely upset with the interview that was done with him and Bill Gates, and the camera wasn't in the right position to him. He actually was very, very pissed on that.
Well, that's because everything is optics, and when
Johnny
you get on that level.
Paul, $5 Canadian. Arch, working long hours can give the impression to management that you don't know how to manage your time correctly.
Can I comment on this one, Arch? I couldn't agree more. I mean, in one of my previous jobs,
that's what the lazy staff say. That's what the trapper. That's what lazy staff say. Okay.
I was working 9 till 5:30 every day, and there was this one lady who I was working with. She did nothing from about 9 until 3 o'clock, and then she would work from 5:30 up until 9, and then and then basically she would get paid double rate and say how busy she was. Absolute joke.
Did you say that to her, or what? How did you politely?
Well, I wasn't managing her. I just submitted my notice when the time came and left. And in my exit interview, I said it was absolutely bogus.
Yeah. And how did they handle that?
Well, I mean, my manager agreed, but basically what had happened, Arch, is the reason I said it is that one of the directors made a comment on the day I was leaving that they weren't happy that I was only working until 5:30 and then going straight away. But none of my work was time sensitive, so it doesn't matter.
Archie, there is polite ways to...
So they were saying that you should be working longer hours, see?
They were, yes. They were saying that I should be working overtime, but
how much were you earning, approximate salary?
I think it was about 39,000.
Well, it's not much really, is it?
Well, I mean, you can easily live off that with no mortgage, Arch.
Yeah, but considering the number of master's degrees you've got, it's not that great, is it?
But I mean, you have to start to build your career. You can't go straight in at 100,000.
Yeah, a fair call. But they said they didn't think you were working. I got to be honest with you. I think you seem to be very.
Go on, read my soul.
I think honestly, I understand where you're coming from. You know what? I completely get it, right? Like there are people who aren't very effective. It depends how you manage your time. They fuck around for so long, then they do their work. But the thing is, they do the social networking. It's kind of this jobs. You're not just measured by the output of work. You're measured by other factors. There's politics. The workplace is a very nasty environment. It can be a very difficult environment. I'll just put that on mute. That's okay. It can be a very nasty environment. The corporate world, believe you me, it can be very, very nasty. And box in docs €5. If Dave Ramsey looked at your YouTube income, he would tell you to get the fired crew back, and you know it. Sirocco sales.
There's some
work
nasty
smarter, not harder. Now the problem is, the reality is, I'll tell you a story. Can I tell you a story? I was working in IT.
Archie, drop the link for James.
James. Okay, we'll drop the link for James. I was working in IT, and I remember I went to my bosses with some of their problems, and they told me we're not happy because basically, and then they said to me, just don't get involved in this, just do this. I did nothing for a week except walk around with a piece of paper, and they came back to me and said, you're working so well now.
God damn it. I wanted to say that a little bit ago. I've always thought that I could go to a place like that and just walk around with a file and some pen, whatever, just back and forth.
I had a government job. Joe Kramer, $5. Also, Marcelo, if you were a Sopranos character, you'd be Artie Bucco. Thank you. I got to tell you this. I remember Mike Hammer, $5. Move the stool to the piano, not the piano to the stool.
Do you think the Evil Wizard's coming on today?
No idea. No idea. Let me say this to you. I texted Marcelo, and he said, you get the link for Green Room. Okay, I'll just post that now. Look, I got to tell you honestly, you know what? It's funny. I was very disappointed. I remember I worked for myself for a long time. Then in 2000, I went into IT contracting. And I used to put a lot of unpaid hours in because they had 2 full-time positions. They had 10 contractors, 2 full-time, and I desperately wanted one of these full-time positions. I worked, and then he ended up giving it to 2 people who were his sort of semi-mates. Fuck, that pissed me off. And then when I said something, he tried to fire me, but I moved into another section, and I probably should have handled it better. I think, to be honest with you, I probably should have had. I wish further down in the past, we got Green Room. Hello, Green Room. How are you?
Yeah, hey man, what's going on, man?
We got a HR goon here. We got a HR
green shroom
here. But you know what? I think sometimes you are right there. Sometimes the companies do take a bit out of you. You know, they. I had one boss. I said to him, "What do we do? I need to get to site," and he said, "I'll just use your own car." He said, "There's no allowance because if we paid you an allowance, you'd have tax problems." I said, "Let me explain it to you." His name was David. I said, "David, look, my dad's an accountant, so don't give me tax advice. If I earn $1 million a year, I got a big tax problem. If I earn $5,000 a year, I got no tax problem." I said, "You just give me as many tax problems as you can. I will gladly take them."
I mean, Archie, at the start of your career, what did you did that? Was it purple something, velvet, whatever?
No. That's a side gig. That's just a side. No, I worked in IT. I did IT.
Oh, okay.
But
I was
what?
Looking for tips.
I'll be honest with you. IT is a shit game because a lot of people see IT. A lot of people want to do it. The barriers to entry. You don't necessarily need to have a university degree.
I mean, Arch, though, my cousin does cybersecurity, and he's on a lot of money.
Cybersecurity is a specialization. That's kind of more.
I see.
Yeah, that's something that. When I was doing IT, that wasn't as huge as it is now, but I was doing just general IT stuff, rollouts, new installs, new equipment.
Were you doing tidying Ethernet cables? Because I see that online a lot. That looks pretty cool.
Cable management.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No. Tiding Ethernet cables. That's another. No. That's enough. I think they're being sarcastic. But let me say this to
I'm
you.
not.
In IT, a lot of these things have been outsourced. Instead of being a service specialist, that's gone to the cloud now. A lot of these things are gone. Like I'll tell you, I was working at Honeywell, big American company. I had a contract at Honeywell.
Yeah.
They used to have an IT team in Brisbane. What they did was they fired them all, kept one who would do the physical hardware swaps. He would do the physical swaps because they needed one man on the ground. All the rest of the things like account creation, access creations, shit like that, all done through India. And you know what? I spoke to this Indian girl. I said, how much do you earn? She said, I'm not allowed to tell you. I said, look, just tell us. I said, I'll tell you what we earn if you tell me what you earn. I was getting about 1,500. Actually, I was getting about 60,000 a year Aussie. She was getting $500 a month US.
Yikes!
So cheap. You understand? It's so that's the whole industry has gone. Man against machine, $5 is their discount room on a JLC Reverso Tribute Duroface, and how much? I got to be honest with you, the Tribute series is incredibly popular. That's the 1931 sort of the Tributes. They're very popular. They're hot. I don't see you getting much of a discount at all. I would be buying pre-owned. Buy pre-owned. I think realistically, you would have to see your ADs, but in my country, that's not a soft model. The soft model in JLC is things like the Polaris. They seem to be soft. Some of the master controls can be a bit soft, but the Reversos and the Tribute Reversos, they're very hot. So, to be honest with you,
if you are going to buy new, pay with cash and ask them to, see if they'll give you a 10%, or a lot of times you'll get the tax.
Joe Kramer, $5. Archie, I bought a new Ram for the rest of my sheep. I'm going to name it after you because it's nasty and vicious. Thank you. Look, I got to tell you there, seriously. HR, tell me this. You've already had the talk.
I'm going to hop off here, Arch, now that Green Room's here.
Thank you, Trapper.
Take my spot.
Let me ask you this.
Thanks,
They've already said to you should be working longer. Do you think maybe you should be more diplomatic? Like, why don't you work an extra hour? Do you have to leave at 5 on the dot? Why don't you stay to 6?
No. So normally, basically, Arch, I've got a 3-week break in between this job and my new job that I'm starting. So at my previous job, I would normally do an absolute maximum of half an hour overtime each day. So I was contracted 9 until 5:30. But if
you were contracted?
Well, sorry, no, my contractual working hours. So I was employed, but in my contract, my working hours were 9 until 5:30. So absolute latest I work to is 6, if that makes sense, Arch.
Yeah. I see. So how did they do many of the staff work longer hours than that?
Yeah, what I've noticed is that the people kind of lower in the hierarchy, they normally do shed loads of overtime because they want to claw their way up.
Does it work?
Well, I'd say about
Does that
20%.
overtime get looked? Did they get brownie points for it, or it's free?
No, I'll give you an example, Arch. So there's this one of my colleagues. She always did overtime up until about 7 o'clock. She never got paid for it. Yet the one time I did overtime, I got paid for it because I never do it. I think I came off better there, Arch.
Yeah. How did she feel? Was she productive for the full time she was there, or did she goof around? So obviously you don't goof around. In the same token, you don't goof around at all, do you?
No, I work solidly, well, of course, with a lunch break from my contracted hours. But the thing is, Arch, you could do all the hours under the sun. If people think you're a fiker, you're not going to go anywhere. And unfortunately, people in the company thought she was a fiker, so she didn't go up at all.
Oh. Omar, $10. Archie, I told my boss on Monday that December 3rd will be my last day of work. I have made more trading stocks on the side the last 2 years than at work. So going to trade part-time and travel.
Omar's living the dream. I rate that.
Living the dream. Ronnie Paul, how are you?
What's up, Arch? How's it going?
We got the HR goon on. Ask him something.
Well, I actually joined in because I've got some stories too about work and overtime and stuff like that.
Yes, please tell us.
Well, most of the bigger managers that used to do a lot of overtime, a lot of them didn't want to go home. When you go home, you got to face the wife, you got to face the kids.
True.
So a lot of these guys were fine working overtime. They'd open up the lower cabinet, and they'd have like 3 different brands of scotches.
Wow.
Yes.
And they would get into the scotch, and they would do their work. One of the companies I worked for had a policy. It was called beer o'clock, because at 5 o'clock you're allowed to drink.
Yeah, we had that on a Friday there as well, just at 5 o'clock. So yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, we would call it beer o'clock. The company would even purchase the alcohol. They'd have a fridge in the kitchen, and you just go in and grab a beer.
That's the good old days. Quickly, we got another super chat. Timepiece Fund, $2. Cybersecurity is the highest IT spend in all F500 companies.
Yeah, cybersecurity. Yeah, a lot of money in there.
Tell me this then. I never specialized in that. I needed to get a job quickly, so I did desktop support, help desk. I did some service support. I did some stuff like that there. Let me say this to you, Ronnie Paul. What industry are you in, Ronnie Paul?
Finance.
How many hours a week do you need to work to really... I mean, in America,
usually
you got to work 80 hours, isn't it? 80-hour weeks, isn't it?
Usually between 40 and 45, but if they're going to give you overtime, and depending what time of the year it is and what time of the month, you could easily be doing a 50-hour work week.
And you guys in America only get 2 weeks a year off, don't you?
For myself, I got 18 days.
That's awful. Sorry, Ronnie Paul, if I'm being honest, but here in the UK, the absolute minimum you get, providing you're employed, is 5.6 weeks for a full-timer. So 2 weeks is awful.
5.6 weeks. Holy fuck, that's amazing.
So I mean,
the guys who get the 5 weeks are typically the guys who've been with the company for over 20 years.
I find I struggle. I struggle to even fathom that. I mean, at my new job, I'm getting 33 days. So that's basically, I think it's 6.6 weeks of holiday each year, which is brilliant. So that's like 3 2-week holidays that, I can go away on, which...
Here we go. Joe Kramer, $5. Back in the day when I used to work as a grease monkey at the mechanic, I clocked in 17 hours that day. My reward, a $5 gift card to Dairy Queen. Spike me dead.
It's gotta hurt. Guys, I need to shoot because it's 1 a.m. here.
Okay, man. Right. Good luck there. Good luck. And
see you, dude.
Look, I got to be honest with you. I don't blame you. If you're paid to work a certain amount, work to rule, it's called. Work to rule.
Well, thanks for having me, and hopefully I'll come on another
come
time.
On again. See you
thanks,
later.
Arch. See you later, everyone.
See you.
Hey, bye. Ronnie Paul, how are you?
Yeah.
That guy, that's why England no longer has a fucking car industry. Okay? That's why England is a fucking basket case. Do you understand? There's too much time having holidays, not enough time working. This is what's wrong with socialism. Eventually, nobody's there to carry the weight. You understand? I got to tell you honestly, in my own case, right? I'm in Australia. There's 2 things I never want to have. This is in my own business. Number 1, I never want to have a lease. I never want to have a lease. I'm contractually, I prefer to work from home. I like work from home. And number 2, employees. You know, if I had this business in Thailand, just a low-cost country, you know what? I reckon I'd probably have 2 or 3 staff. Okay. I'd probably have a couple of staff doing things. Like I would have them compiling videos. I'll do some edit. They can do editing, piecing things together. I would probably have staff, but because the salaries and wages are so high in Australia, minimum wage is like that would cut because you've got to pay superannuation on top of minimum wage.
Well, they didn't they recently mandate the minimum wage for fruit pickers? Did you hear that story?
They work pretty hard, to be honest.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, well, I'm not arguing against it. I'm just stating that
I kind of feel sorry for them. The farmers are assholes, to be honest with you.
That's right.
No disrespect, Joe, because I'm sure your farm is good, but in Australia, they tend to take advantage of itinerant workers.
Because they used to have them on. There was how many berries you picked would define how much you earn.
Piece rate. Yeah, that's right. That was exactly right, and that's illegal in Australia now, isn't it? I think that's illegal.
Well, I think they've just. I think it might come into effect next year. I'm not exactly sure, but
I got to say honestly, I think you got to work. You got to work, put the hours in to get things going, don't you?
Well,
what's this work-life balance? That's a very.
I'd rather.
Ronnie Paul, what the fuck is this work-life balance thing? What does that mean? Work-life balance. What the fuck is that? Can you explain what this? What is that work-life balance? That reminds me of when Mimi T was working for me. When Mimi T, work-life balance.
She was only interested in the life balance portion of it, though, right?
Exactly.
Well, in some ways, it does have its perks. I had one buddy of mine. He was working for one firm. He was putting in about 60, 70 hours a week. They would give you an allowance after 7 o'clock for dinner.
Yeah.
And for a whole year, he didn't have to buy groceries. He didn't have to buy groceries for a whole year.
I see.
They were buying him dinner every day.
What industry is that? Finance?
Again, finance, yeah. Finance is where all the long hours are. I have some friends that work in research.
Yep.
They work in researching stocks and stuff like that, and you could spend hours doing that stuff.
I see. How many hours do you think you've got to be prepared to put in unpaid? Like if you're paid for 40 hours a week, how many extra hours would you be prepared to put in, Ronnie?
On a basic week where it's not too bad, maybe an extra 5. And you'd be spending 1 hour each day just doing up cleanup and paperwork. That would be on a good week. An extra hour each day.
Do you think what do you think of these people who only work 40 hours and clock on, clock off? Is that a bad employee? What do you think? They won't last long, or what's your opinion?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a particularly bad thing. Again, it's like you say, depending on what you want to do in the company and where you want to go, that could be beneficial, but it's got to be quality, right? Not quantity. You have to actually be producing during that extra hours that you spend. These days, the companies, they all have this management system where they want you to journalize what you do during the day, what you manage to finish during the day, how long it took you to finish doing what it was that you were doing at that time of the day. And then, they go from there. So if they find out that they're not getting good bang for buck, come review time, it could be a problem. So you better be producing if you're going to be spending those extra hours.
Super chat.
Yeah. Joe Kramer, $5. When I hired employees to pick rocks from my fields, I paid them $20 an hour, free meals, and a case of beer each when the job was done.
You know, I don't exactly agree with the whole work harder, work more hours. I don't exactly agree with it because I work with so many healthcare workers.
But they're paid very little. They're paid.
Yeah, but you say that they need to work harder. They need to work more. I mean,
no,
a
we're
lot
talking
of them
corporate bullshit jobs.
Oh, okay, right.
Corporate. We're not talking. We're not talking. No. Health workers. You know what?
Well, hang on. They listen to that same advice though, that they need to work harder, that they need to work more hours. I mean, a lot of them are twice my age, these women, and you know, they work harder than I did, and they didn't. I mean, not in a mean way, but they didn't really have much to show for it. I don't mean that in a mean way. So, I mean, I don't exactly agree. I'd rather work smarter than harder, you know. And one way perhaps you could work smarter is instead of having to post a link all the time in the chat room on the side, maybe you should pin the link because you have that ability to pin the link.
Hey, that's you're getting into management now. Slow down, screen room.
All right,
slow down.
Mate, you see, my ego's getting bigger and bigger by the day. You know, you need to put me in place, perhaps.
Yeah. I got to tell you.
By the way, I actually like a green room idea. I need to study because I'm just studying now, learning about this live stream shit. You know, I mean, that is a good tip.
Guys, I've got to tell you, it's an amazing experience there. It's tough. Things are tough. Let me say that to you. It's tough. Things are tough. It's very things are hard there. I'm just gonna check my my channel here because I don't think that Mark Goldberg is blocked. I'll just double check because he said he wants to come on again. I got to tell you, man, I'm sorry to say this to you. Corporate world is very savage. They are not your friends. Corporate
absolutely correct.
Corporate world, it's absolutely you got to be realistic. Corporate world can be very, very vicious. They're not your friends. Corporate world, they're there. Look, I've worked at American companies, KBR. They love you. When they fire you, you must leave immediately. They escort you to your desk and they want you out. They think you will turn rogue. You know, that's the biggest disappointment is they think you will turn rogue.
This is sad because it seems there is no friend, no nothing. When you're fired, you completely disappeared. You're completely nobody.
Exactly. It's very crazy. Sad that screen room. I got to tell you, I must admit, I look back on when I was trying to get a full-time job at a company. I should have actually charged for my time. I to be completely honest with you, if I went there again, I should have worked hard. Every hour I charge. End of story. I'm not giving you free hours. I don't particularly like you. I'm not giving you free nothing. I do the job as best as I can, but I don't do free.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Looking back in hindsight, I think that's actually really true. It is really true. I regret putting in hours which didn't go anywhere because the guy ended up employing his two best mates.
Well, there is, there's very little.
I remember doing presentations of him on a weekend. I'd come in on a weekend to help him with it. Wasn't being paid for it, and then I didn't even get a full-time gig. I thought, fuck.
Well, there is an awful lot of nepotism.
Yeah.
My wife just told me now in Japan, it's not easy to fire you from a company, but then they put you in the garbage section and they make you want to leave. Basically quit. Yeah. They enforce you to quit.
Yeah, that's very.
They reduce. They won't fire you, but they'll reduce your hours significantly.
Japan is very nasty to these. They have they call this training. You know, foreign workers come for training. They're very, very nasty. You know, the Japanese can be really awful. Don't just think they're nice. They can be pretty damn awful. They can be very. In fact, Marcelo, I can't think of working as a foreigner. Could you imagine working for a Japanese company? They would treat you like garbage. They would treat you like garbage. Absolute garbage. Joe Kramer, $10. My father once sent an employee to go pick up parts in South Dakota. He was pulled over and jailed for no license. My father drove out there, bailed him out, and then fired him after driving him home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, it's probably because he lied about having a license, of course. But you know what? That's kind of... I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I could actually work for somebody now. I suppose it depends how much you need the money. You're desperate. I don't know. I look back on working for... It was good to have super. It was good to have just turn up, get money. That is very handy.
Let me ask a better question. If I am an amazing employee for your company, and I do everything perfect, you are super proud of me. But in my personal life, I smoke weed, I go drink a bit, and you find out that. Do you how you treat me then? Do you take it?
I don't think it makes any difference. As long as you're making money for us, we wouldn't really care. What you do in your private life is your thing. But the problem is, I got to say this, the world that we live in now, it's so hard for there's no government jobs, not easy to get government intake. The government doesn't have intake of positions, Green Room, do they?
No.
You've got a selection criteria. You've got to apply for these things. And those jobs in aged care, my God, aged care can be ferocious. They pay hardly nothing. The cleaners at the aged care facility earn more than the AINs. It is terrible.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I mean, I could really rant on about it, but I won't. But
why
very
would you
nasty
give?
work.
Why would you give half an hour or 5 minutes longer than what you're paid for when they pay you so little?
Well, there's absolutely no loyalty in those types of jobs either, with the many dodgy, nasty businesses that run those places. Look, I don't really want to get into it, to be honest. It's very depressing to talk about.
Yeah, it is extremely. I mean, this is the problem sometimes when you've got services and governments and that are funding these things. It's very, very tough to do this. It is very, very hard. And Ronnie Paul, finance industry. I always wanted to work, you have these dream jobs. Like you see these people starting at Morgan Stanley and that. They basically own you, Ronnie Paul, don't they? Ronnie Paul?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, you have to perform, right? You have to be bringing in the bucks. You have to be a benefit to them. If you're not an asset, you're a liability. And the philosophy is it's not about what you did for me yesterday. It's about what you're doing for me today. So that's where the loyalty.
Sirocco sales, $5. Someone tell Marcelo he missed a bit.
I have the TV, by the way. Thanks, Archie. I have the TV coming soon to film in the shop. So that's why basically
you're getting it ready. Beautiful, beautiful. I got to tell you there, it's look, I think corporate world itself, Morgan Stanley, a lot of these people, I've actually found it very interesting. There's videos on Morgan Stanley and people who were consultants in PwC and that. And they're earning 150 US, but they've got absolutely no free time. Basically, every waking hour is working for the firm.
Well, you know what they say, money doesn't sleep.
The problem is, it's they expect a lot out of you, and they'll easily get rid of you if you're not performing. And that's kind of how it is. These consultancies and that they're brutal. They're brutal. These big firms, they're brutal. They're brutal. Ronnie Paul,
Yeah, I
what
have
do
a
you?
friend was working in Morgan
Yep.
Stanley for over 10 years, and
Yes.
the section that he was doing wasn't official no more. And like this, I don't care about you completely. There is no friendship. There is no nothing. They didn't even move him to a different section. It's just like this, like ants, you know? They move you out.
Yes. That's right. That's exactly it there, Ronnie Paul. Joe Kramer, $10. My father once told me, go work somewhere else for a year, and then you realize how good you have it. Working for yourself is the greatest luxury you can have. It's also hard too. It's not so easy, but yeah, I do. Ronnie Paul, in the finance industry there, Ronnie Paul.
Yeah.
You're making big bucks, 6 figures.
Low 6.
Okay, that's not. What more do you want?
Yeah, I'm a single guy, no wife, no kids, no attachments, so I'm living like a king. I'm liquid.
Those people who work for Morgan Stanley and that massive divorce rates because they're never home.
Yeah, that would play into it.
I mean, these jobs are very. Which state are you in, Ronnie Paul?
Actually, I'm up in Canada. I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. Okay, Toronto. You're doing well in Toronto. What more do you want?
No, I'm not really complaining. I think if I was married with kids, it would be a different story, though. Cost of living is high here.
Yeah, if you have to pay alimony and this and that, it's a tough gig there. It's a very tough gig there. It's I got to tell you, Green Room, you got to get this landscaping business off the ground more.
Well, look, I think I'd rather venture into something else, to be honest with you. I'm very comfortable where I am with the land.
You know what?
Whatever. I just don't want to expand it. You know.
You know the most important thing is, Green Room?
Luxury materials and goods.
Gotta be
hey,
happy.
Now listen. Speaking of luxury materials and goods,
are you happy?
Now listen to me, Archie. Yes. Now you listen to me, Archie. This is on special at Chemist Warehouse right now for $60.
116. What?
No, it's on special for half. This is my absolute favorite. On special for $60 at Chemist Warehouse. I don't know if they'll have it there, but
I'll have a look now. I'm gonna have a look online now. $60. What size
you might
is
really
that?
like
100
it.
mil?
Look, 100. You might really like it. You might really hate it, but it's my absolute favorite. Okay.
That's YSL Kurios, isn't it? What's it called?
Yeah, Kuros.
How do I spell that? K.
K-O-U.
Yeah.
R-O-S.
R-O-S Kurios. $59. Holy shit. That's a bargain. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's Yves Saint Laurent.
That's amazing. That's amazing value. $60.
But it's really not for everyone. It's a very
What's it like?
It's clean but dirty at the same time. Some people have compared it to the smell of urinal cakes. And
that's being a bit nasty.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, but still I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Holy shit. They've also got oh no, that's holy shit. They also got opium for $60. You know that?
I sampled that when I was there. Are we talking the men's opium? Because there's men's and women's opium. And
yes.
YSP. Maybe you should share the screen.
Okay. Stud Muffin, $5. Archie, change subject and pull up email and give me your thoughts. Just hang on one tick there. I just want to get my order done. Just hang on there. I've got to get this done quickly. Okay, just hang on. Continue to check it. Just hang on. Just give me 1 minute.
Oh, you're actually buying it. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I'm not mucking around at those prices. That's
okay.
That's amazing, isn't it? Curios.
Yeah, Curios. It's a very good price. I can't deny it. I don't know where you are, but I actually ordered something from Chemist Warehouse, but they took quite a while to deliver. But there are reasons for that. But
why's that? Why's that?
Oh well, there's just been an enormous demand with the whole lockdowns on ordering, packages and stuff where I am. I don't know what the situation is in Queensland. They could be there tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, they're very good actually. Very quick. I find that.
No, hang on a second. Because it's over $60, you're getting the free shipping, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly right. You get the free shipping. Just hang on there. Just hang on, guys.
I mean, $60 for that's an amazing deal because I bought it for
it's $116 normally, isn't it?
Well, I got one from eBay for like $80, or maybe it was $89, and I'd say it was worth every cent. So
yeah, amazing. That's really amazing value for money there. Yeah. I need a little pick me up. I've got to get a
But you might don't be disappointed if you don't like it. Because it's a bit funky, it's a bit
No, I know what it is. It's I know what it is.
Not it before. Okay. Right.
No, I can't remember, but it's Yves Saint Laurent. It's okay. It's near enough. I'm a brand snob. It doesn't matter what it smells like. I'm a brand snob. Complete brand snob.
Hang on.
Okay.
Someone's saying you missed your. I think you missed a super chat from GB.
Oh, GB.
$2.
$2 GB. Can Ronnie Paul help Pugsley invest his 70,000?
I thought it was 80,000.
Yeah, okie dokie. We've got Stud Muffin. Stud Muffin sent me an email. Let's get that, baby. Just hang on 1 minute there. I've got to edit something. Guys, I've got to tell you this seriously. I'm a bit nervous today, okay? You know what I'm getting done today, don't you?
You're gonna sell some Rolexes.
I know.
Sorry.
You're gonna get that Pepsi, right?
I'm getting the vaccine, the next dose.
Oh, come on. But you already got the first one, didn't you? You already got the first shot, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the first. This is the second shot.
So what are you worried
about?
This
is bullshit. Don't worry. And if you're going to die from the vaccine, you can die tomorrow from a car accident. So
yeah,
don't worry about it.
You reckon? It's all good? It's all good then, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Oh, thank you. You sent it to the right address there. Holy shit, was he bringing? I'm bringing it up now. Oh no, I wouldn't buy one of these. No. Sirocco Sales Green Room. Does it cover the smell of grass cuttings mixed with dog dirt?
I have no idea.
You gotta love his sense of humor, don't you? You gotta love his sense of humor. Here we go. I've got a car. Look at this. A 2021 Chrysler 300 SRT. $81,000. Holy shit, that's expensive.
For a Chrysler, yeah.
What do you reckon?
So that's an SRT. So that's got the 6.4 liter Hemi V8 engine. The 6.4 liter, right?
Yeah. 6.4 Hemi, yeah. But it's an amazing. A lot of it's expensive to maintain. These are monsters.
Archie. I've got a 2010 Dodge Challenger RT with the 5.7 liter engine.
Yeah.
I do my own oil changes on it.
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues with it. They built the engines well.
The V6 engines weren't very good.
Yeah, that's a Pentastar engine. But this is the Hemi. This is the V8
I
Hemi.
know. What went wrong with the Pentastar engine? They're atrocious.
I don't know. I think it was burning oil.
Yeah, there's a number of problems with them there. Number of problems with these damn things. Got a little bit of feedback on you, Ronnie Paul.
Now, Saad is in chat stating that this car is garbage.
Yes, he's actually right. Because it's Chrysler. Chrysler doesn't make quality cars. It's a Chrysler. These are garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I'm sorry. I don't know how to put a good spin on it. They're garbage. Absolutely garbage. It's unfortunate, but it's I got to be honest with you, this is just the way life goes. It's garbage. Absolute garbage.
Archie, what happened with Goldberg? You want to jump in or what?
He thought he was blocked, but he's not blocked. He's not jumping.
Yeah,
he's welcome to. The links there. They're everyone's welcome to jump on, but I haven't seen him anywhere, I'm afraid. I got to tell you there, that was a very interesting price for Yves Saint Laurent. They normally don't discount Green Room.
No, that's an unusually good
What
price.
else would you go into, Green Room? You know what? I think for you, Green Room, can I be completely honest with you?
Yeah.
You got a paid-off pad.
Yes.
Right? Maybe don't fucking worry about this work shit. You know that? Bit of part-time.
Right.
Just fuck it, you know? I mean, seriously, man, do you really want to fucking have a job? I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. You got a nice pad. Don't have a routine where you wake up and do things. Just do things that make you happy in life. Doesn't have to do things. Stud Muffin, $2. Search for the car you would buy, Arch. You know what, Stud Muffin? Prices are so fucking terrible. Let's have a look here. I'll tell you what I'd like to get. I'd like a BMW. I would like what model do I want? I want a 5 Series. Okay, I want a 5 Series. And I reckon I want the year to be no older than 18. Okay. And I want low to high. I reckon the maximum Ks I would have. I reckon the maximum Ks would be 40K. There we go. 2008. See, this is expensive. Fuck. What's 126,000? That's I said maximum Ks is 40. Let's have a look here. This is not working. Oh, here we go. Go. Why is it not doing that? Odometer. Maybe there's nothing there. Maximum. Sorry, minimum. I put minimum 40. Maximum 40. Here we go, Green Room. Look at this. This is what we're looking for. What do you think of this here? 60 grand. Shit, 60,000 for an 18. My God. 65,000.
These European cars, I've watched this stream long enough to know that they're big trouble, and they terrify me because of the amount of problems that are listed on this stream on an almost daily basis. So
it looks beautiful. A 5 Series would be absolutely beautiful. Look at this, 70,000. Man, you could buy a brand new demonstrator for 70,000 pre-COVID. Prices are nuts.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of money. This is Aussie, so what's that, about 50,000 US? That's a lot of money. The cars are crazy. I do like this one here, I must say. That's nice. Look at that. Low Ks, 2020s, like new. BMW 520i. It's a lovely looking car. But 77,000, you got to be joking. That's a lot of money.
No way.
German cars are now the thing is, right? You look at this, okay? I agree. German cars are garbage. Too many
moving pieces.
Plastic parts, plastic cogs. You know what I mean? It's a disaster. Okay.
Actually, someone in the chat. I just fucking shit. I didn't. That came out wrong. Yes. Someone in the chat would like the link.
Yeah, link. Here we go. Get the link for them there. We're gonna Don King. Nice. I have 25-year-old Land Rover Defender. I got to tell you, these cars here. You know what? Let's look at a realistic car. Okay, you know what you buy? Let's look at a Lexus. This is the luxury channel. Let's go for a Lexus.
Well, you know, I hear very good things about Hyundai.
From who? I haven't heard them. I haven't heard them.
I have a family member
that's
had
IS. I want an IS.
IS30.
No, this is the Lexus maximum. The year right. minimum year would be 18. Ethan from Fragrance Live. Hello, Ethan. How are you?
Family member.
I got it. Sorry about that. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're great. We just got a bargain. Green Room got me a bargain. Did you see that? YSL Curious.
The Kuros.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
That's why I got on. I figured it's fragrance related, so I better get on here.
Look at the price of these Lexuses, but $50,000 for a second-hand Lexus. Look at this. This is actually that's an IS 350. That's actually a good car. It's expensive. Look, second-hand prices. These are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What do you think? Tell me what you think of that courier stuff. What do you think of that?
Well, first I wanted to show Marcelo. Check this out. I just made this roast.
Oh, it looks nice.
Oh, very nice, man. Very nice. By the way, I just with all my experience in aged meat, I can say that lamb is not my fully experience. But what I can say is that before I was using for how we say sovlaki or shish, like I was using the lamb shoulder, and I needed to clean like close to 50% because a lot was guts and fat. And now I just took the, how we say, in Japanese we call this momo, like the leg, like the bottom leg. Let's call it ramp style. And it look almost like 90% usable, including the fat. So I actually, this is actually a good value for a buck. I even saw that it costs actually double the price than the shoulder, but you're still using everything. So I think it's cool.
Wow.
What's going on, Fragrance Rise? Talk to me. What I'm addicted to that Ferragamo Umo. You know, Ferragamo.
Yeah,
Umo.
I saw you talking about that. I looked that up. I like the notes. It looks like it's got some good notes in there.
I'm just going to share the screen with you guys there. I'm going to share the screen. Super chat. Here we go here. Joe Kramer, $50. Archie, I'm just buzzed enough to do this, but boot Marcelo. Marcelo, see you later, my friend. See you tomorrow. We love you, Marcelo. See you later.
You guys are kicking Marcelo off.
Yeah, actually, we're going
to. Don't worry, he'll be back tomorrow.
We're going to wind the show up soon, anyhow. But I just want to show you this here. This is the Chemist Warehouse. Look at this. Look at this. Yves Saint Laurent Opium 100 mil. That's $60 Aussie. That's like 45 US.
Well, hey Archie, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna get fired.
Why?
So today I think they've been trying to keep tabs on me, so they keep calling me for these.
Which job's this?
This is the school.
Is the teaching.
No, this is the one that I was talking about quitting anyway.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
So they keep making me come to these meetings, online meetings.
Yeah.
And I keep expecting that there's not going to be another meeting. So today I slept in.
Yeah.
I woke up at 7, clocked in, and then went back to sleep.
Yeah.
But I missed a meeting, another
Yeah.
meeting. And I got an email from one of the higher ups. They want to have an in-person meeting. So I think I'm getting fired.
Yeah. You don't mind, but do you?
I don't know. I don't really mind. So they wanted me to come in tomorrow. I told them I can't come in tomorrow. So I told them I was going to work a couple hours and then go do some other stuff. So I told them
but
if
it's
they
a
want to fire
flexible
me,
job. What do they want from you? What do they want? It's a flexible job, isn't it?
Yeah, they want me to, work during certain hours. But, I've got my business and I've got the other stuff. And I'm kind of sick of doing this anyway. So I'm kind of having fun with this whole thing,
Well, just don't be disappointed. Why don't you even ring them? Is there any need for me to come in? You guys want to fire me? What do you want to say?
Well, see, I'm wondering because I don't know. Maybe it's possible they're not going to fire me. It's possible they're just going to give me a write me up or some stupid thing like that. I don't know.
Do you care?
No, I don't care. Reminds me of a Seinfeld episode because I'm kind of thinking about just not ever coming to this meeting so they can't fire me and just keep clocking hours. I don't know if that'll work or not.
GB, $2. What happened first? GR, a DL, or Ethan, a database?
Oh, I know exactly what he means.
Yeah.
So I just figured I'd let you know,
that's okay. That's okay. The Toyota Mo, $2. Thanks, Joe Kramer. You are today's legend. You bet you. He is a legend. Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. I got to go and get a shot. Actually, just hang on there. I'm just going to go take a toilet break.
Don't get that shot, man. That's another thing. I won't get the shot, and they want me to get the shot. Don't get, dude. Everybody that's got that shot, I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust it.
In my country, we got no choice. You know this, Green Room? There's not much choice to get shot.
What's the point? What's the point of having your own business if you don't have a choice? I mean,
you can't go to restaurants. You can't do any. They're making it really hard, Green Room.
Why don't you just get
you do have a choice. There is a choice, but one of the choices is very limited. I mean, from a certain point of view, I'm still in lockdown.
Would you get the shot? Are you going to get the shot?
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm so far. I've come so far without getting it. I'm not ready to.
Green Room.
Rob Hill, $5. Thank you, Rob Hill. I appreciate it. I'm just going to go for a toilet break. I'll be back.
All right.
Green Room, are you a conspiracy theorist at all?
I am running out of conspiracies to prove, okay? Because they've all come true. So
I see. So you do get into that kind of stuff. You strike me as somebody that would.
Well, yeah. So what's the latest what's happening in the fragrance world? What are the latest what's your latest acquisition?
Okay, I've kind of chilled out with the fragrance buying since I'm probably losing a third of my income. Well, maybe not a third, maybe like a quarter. But I ordered a sample of Parfums de Marly Go Dolphin. You heard about that one?
I know of the brand, but I don't know that specific one.
Yeah, it's in the gold bottle. It's supposed to smell like Tuscan leather.
Yes. Now, do you ever get fatigued with just how many bottles you have when it comes to deciding which one you'd like to apply in terms of decision making?
I have weird little mind games that I use to pick them. Because I do have a lot. I have like 50. So sometimes it's whichever one I look at first on the shelf.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to smell a particular way. Sometimes I don't know, one pops in my head. But that's probably it. To be honest, I'm starting to get a little burnout on the fragrances.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
It's fun, but at the same time, it's expensive, and once you get past a certain amount of fragrances, you start to feel like a girl.
Yeah, it could be a bit.
So, what about you? You getting new stuff?
Yeah, I've ordered some cheapies. I've ordered some fakies. Some what do you call it? Just imitations from I don't know what you call it, but I've got the pretend Paco Rabanne 1 billion instead of 1 million. I've got that arriving in the mail.
1 billion.
So that was $10. So just mucking around, nothing serious. I've got the got the cheapie. Got the fakey. I've ordered some like pretend colognes, where it's like a fake. So I've got those. Yeah, I know. I'm not particularly proud of it, but
well, that's the clones. The clones. That's a whole genre. It's actually a pretty respected fragrance genre, like Club de Nuit or Club de.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, that's a highly esteemed fragrance.
Yes, which I have.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got the fake. Yeah, I've got the fake Bleu de Chanel arriving. I spent $10 for 100 mils of it. I'll tell you what.
Was it called? Bleu de Chaniqua?
Something, yeah, something like that.
Here we go. Rob Hill, $5. Hi, Arch. Being the pontiff of paddock. Thoughts on the 5024? I just picked up a white gold salmon dial 215 movement, please. Seems undervalued sleeper. Let's get this baby up on the stream there. That's the paddock 5024. It's a rectangular gondolo sort of watch there.
Now,
I quite like them.
Now, I think the rancher would like the link there.
Rancher, where is the rancher? I've been posting the link. I haven't seen him come on. Oh. Yeah, where is he gone?
I can hear crickets.
I thought you didn't like the rancher. I thought you guys were. I thought he was on the other team.
Well, you know what I mean. He's sort of
kind of goes both ways.
No, it's kind of. We got more enemies. We hate more.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Enemy's enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm posting the link. There's no rancher coming on. What's happened there?
How come you're ending the stream so early?
I got to get the shot.
Oh yeah, don't get that shot, man.
Actually, I've really enjoyed knowing you. It's been good fun, and yeah.
Yeah, man, that shot, that's bad.
This is it. This is the last stream ever.
It's I understand. It is tricky. It's a very tricky thing.
Where do you got to go that you can't go without the shot?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Australia, you don't have to get the shot, but if you don't get the shot, where can you go? What's my
you
view
can't
on
really
this
get
paddock?
employed.
I got to tell you the truth. I reckon this is a great paddock. I think these are a really nice case design. I actually had the 5111, which I kind of prefer. It's an Art Deco version. But the 5024, how could you not love it? And they also have the 5124, which was a slightly different. It's just the replacement to it. I think these are all good value. Rectangular paddock. How the 215 movement is bulletproof, great movement. Man, I think these are a great watch. They're a fantastic watch, and I think it's good buying. Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. I got to get the vaccine. I got to get vaxxed. I got to get me vax.
Yeah.
And Sirocco's just come on here. Hello, Sirocco. How are you?
Good morning, Archie. Get your jab today. Good on you, mate. Well done.
Yes, I got to get the vax because in the concrete boat business,
all your hair is going to fall out, man.
We got to have the vax to work on these concrete boats.
I'm getting I'm having my second one on Tuesday.
Which one did you get?
AstraZeneca. Had no choice.
Yeah. Look,
I haven't grown any horns or a third head. Bill Gates doesn't give a fuck where I am, or give a fuck where any of us are. So get your fucking jab now. What I will say to Ethan is, if you don't leave Akron, Ohio, you probably don't need it. Green room, if you don't want to leave Sydney, yeah, fine. You don't want to. You won't need it. Archie wants to travel. He wants to go to bangers, singers everywhere. You need it.
Well, that's what they're going to be telling people when they roll out the Mark of the Beast.
Well, I'm going overseas in January.
I can't travel to 90% of stores in my local area because I don't have it.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Most people, it's very hard to get employed if you don't have it. I don't know if I'm not exactly sure on the details, but I think a lot of big businesses require you to be vaccinated.
Yep. Brian Tony in the chat, it's 12 weeks between shots on AstraZeneca, and my 12 weeks is up on Tuesday.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's
Well, Arch,
what do you think of these anti-vaxxers, Sirocco?
I thought you were a
I have
rebel.
a very good friend of mine in this marina, and I said to him yesterday, come on, mate, I will take you up to the fucking town and get your jab. He's a Kiwi.
Yeah.
He won't fucking do it. He's scared.
Yeah.
And the anti-vaxxers don't get me started, please.
They rush to create, and they want to make everybody get it, even though it doesn't even work half the time. I mean, why would you
How do you know this, Ethan? How do you know this? This is not a new vaccination. This vaccination... Hang on, let me finish.
Why do you keep having to get another one, then another one, then another one?
Well,
I mean, I know it's not what the stream is about, but come on. I mean,
this pandemic has never happened before.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
this pandemic's never happened.
So you want a vaccine that hasn't even been thoroughly tested?
Maybe we should wrap
up. How do you know this? This vaccine has not just been in the making for a year.
Guys,
this
I gotta
get
the vax, guys.
Good luck, Arch.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
We got Doc BBW donating
$2. Risk death, vax inject greater than a plane crash. Thank you so much.
Thank
See you.
We got the team.